hot button so we're recording and I don't have to do 2 intros, because doing 1 intro is enough for me. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. This is Alien RPG. That's not the notes I wanted. Alien RPG is also... Oh my god. Hold on. Maybe I'm trying to do too many things at once. That's what it is. Ah, here we go. That's why. Because they have the same
Today
title,
is
but one...
session 21, or alternatively, session 64.
Wow, 64. What a great number. Uh, Sorry, no. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 64. I think there might be
Oh
2
yeah,
and 2s.
I understand what you mean. Yes.
Yeah, that's literally where I was going with it. Nowhere else. Anyway, this is Alien RPG Beyond the Frontier, episode 21. Leave all else to the gods. Probably part 1, because I doubt they're going to solve this one tonight. Especially with as tired as I'm feeling. But regardless, with me tonight are, of course, my wonderful players, Rodance, Luke, and Kane. Excuse me, it has been, I don't know, 2-3 weeks since we last saw each other. I forget how time works.
Yeah.
20 days and 21 hours ago.
Yep, that sounds like 3 weeks ago.
Jeez.
So let's check in and see what's new and exciting for them. We'll start, of course, ladies first. Rodance, what's new and exciting?
I have discovered today that apparently at least 2 of these men on the call are the kind that are happy to leave their home spaces messy, but their workspace is neat.
Will confirm. I will confirm that. Listen,
Yeah. We almost should have recorded you guys venting before session because that was pretty funny.
I mean, like for me, it really is like, can I do what I want to do or need to do around my desk? It's a little bit messy. It's not very well organized. I have a bunch of notebooks stacked on one side. I've got a bunch of random ass shit all over across the rest of my desk. But I know where everything is that I need it. And the only time I have to go hunting for anything that takes more than a few seconds is a handful of notes I wrote 7 years ago. And one of these goddamn notebooks. I don't know which one.
See, I don't make the claim that, oh, I know where everything is, because I sure as fuck don't. But I have to be super organized in a work environment, because if I'm not, then I'm buddy fucking. If my own space is a disaster and I can't find my own stuff, I'm only pissing myself off.
Yeah. And I do have that definitely in the work environment. It is absolutely a pet peeve of mine. If I have to, and this is part of what I was venting about earlier. I have to have enough space to maneuver within my work area. So, and I've worked in relatively, not like it's not like I'm crawling through pipes or anything, Marioing my way through the worlds, but like I work in the back of a FedEx truck. I have plenty of boxes to maneuver in, through, on, over, around. All of those prepositions, by the way. And so, like, if I can't get to an exit of the vehicle with a box in my hand, I start losing it. If I can't move through can't move through the truck to find the box I'm looking for the house that I'm sitting in front of, and I swear to God, it doesn't matter if the customer's there or not. I feel like they are, and they're absolutely watching me, wondering what's taking me so long. I admit, this is totally a me thing. But I guarantee you, when I'm sitting in front of somebody's house looking for their box, whether it takes me 1 second or 49 million, I guarantee it's taking him so long. That's what's going on in the back of my head.
Does that have my thing on it, or is it going to be a different truck? Maybe that guy's just lost.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. And then the worst part is, and I'm not even making this up. The worst part is there's times when, because our trucks are parked so close to each other at the end of the day, and when they're getting loaded up in the mornings, the loaders will sometimes put my truck on either one of the trucks next to me. And they'll still scan it to me, so it shows that I'm supposed to be at this house, and I'm supposed to deliver 2 boxes of Chewy or whatever the case might be. I'll have one of them already sitting by the side door. I'm looking for the other one, can't find the damn thing, because it actually rolled out on somebody else's truck. It's now on the other side of the county. But I won't know that until later.
Yeah,
Or
that's such is life. See, I made
Yeah.
a rule. I'm not willing to buy more than from Chewy at one time than I can comfortably pick up by myself.
Thank you. I wish
Hmm.
Okay.
Because I
I
know
wish
cat litter
more
gets
people
heavy.
would do that. You know how many goddamn 50-pound boxes of Chewy I moved today alone?
Yeah.
Monday is a
Well-
horrible day for Chewy. Chewy, everybody gets Chewy. Everybody gets Chewy. Everybody gets Factor. Everybody gets HelloFresh. Everybody gets Costco. Let's see.
Yeah.
Those are the big
Factor
ones.
is not so bad.
It's
The factor
It's still a
boxes get
volume
heavy.
though.
No,
Yeah.
it gets heavy
Still a
depending
volume.
on which time of year it is because they use more ice packs in the summer and those bitches get really heavy.
Oh, okay.
I learned my lesson because I had factor for a little bit.
I
When they
have
put
we
like
one
had it
4 or
house.
for
5 ice packs per box, then it starts getting really heavy because they use that weird gel ice.
I have one
Yeah.
house that is for like the last 2-3 Mondays they have sorry, I'm dealing with somebody who popped in and dumped a paragraph without even saying hi. 2 boxes of Factor every week. Every week. 2 weeks on or 2 boxes on a Monday. And I'm just like, I get it. This is your food.
How many people live there to eat that much?
I never see these people. Never. But I get it. Like, you got to do what you got to do to get by. I'll never knock anybody for that. Factor or HelloFresh or any of the other half dozen food shipping peoples. If that's your thing, that's your thing.
Mhm.
I get it. But God damn it. Sometimes Chewy, Costco, Walmart. If those 3 companies ever go under, even 2 of them go under, FedEx is fucked. At any rate.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what happens when my character wakes up out of cryo sleep today. That's going to be fascinating.
We did that already. You're on the planet.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
We're in the middle of some ruins of totally unknown
yeah,
origin.
Yeah, we haven't got to the previously on part, but yeah,
Okay.
we've definitely done all
I
that.
Yeah.
depend on the previously on part.
Listen, I sometimes have to review it, just be like, ooh, where are
Okay,
they right
look.
now?
We're down like one flight of column and looking into the second flight of column, and I'm debating on if we're going to do weird things here.
Or
Because there's
maybe
no
weird
way in
things are
hell
gonna
I'm
do
able to pull
you.
that one out of a hole.
This is the Krieg Dominion. Weird things can do you. I'm sorry,
In
Pants. I'm
Soviet
sorry.
Russia.
I just realized how many additional
We're
nuances
not
there might have
making
been
another
there.
newborn. Do you
Huh?
understand? We are
What?
not making another newborn. Now, if one of them
Also, what
makes a
kind of
newborn,
content
I'm going to
warning do we
laugh
have to have?
hysterically.
Also, what kind of content warning are we gonna have to start adding again?
Do you not remember the weird alien human hybrid from one of the earlier movies?
Yeah, it was
It's
Aliens
called
Resurrection.
Newborn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I got the reference.
It was definitely Aliens Resurrection, the one that most people are like, not sure if we count that one.
I enjoyed it.
I didn't think it was that bad. I did love the fact that he basically had a frozen cube of alcohol beverage and he like flipped the switch and it suddenly was a glass full of juice.
It's like just lazy
as he spit shot, as he's literally spit
boop.
shotting his shoes. We've got this wonderful technology of brew your own shit, and yet he's also spit shining his shoes.
I mean, they made that guy as much of a tool as possible, and they succeeded.
Yes, that they did. Luke, you had a tournament a few weeks ago.
Yes.
You told us how that went, but please share if you like, or we can leave everybody in suspense. I'm actually kind of leaning towards suspense.
I mean, honestly, it went really well. Traveled literally halfway across the country to compete in this particular tournament. I think it was a great time to like go with the family and stuff. So I mean, it was a success as far as the trip was concerned.
That's awesome.
As far as the results of the tournament went, I had before dead last, which is some people have argued worse, and some people have argued at least I'm not dead last.
I am definitely one of those that's like, at least it wasn't dead last.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody would argue that's worse than dead last. I need to hear some argument on that one.
All right, so one person said it's worse than dead last because dead last people do stuff for. Before dead last, people are just like, well, you're just too broke to like exist.
Okay.
Yeah.
I suppose you could get, if I'm hearing you right, you could in theory get a trophy for being dead last, but being next to dead last, you don't get shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that trophy is kind of like
actually had some fan
consolation.
art.
All right, go ahead.
I actually had some fan art of one of my matches on Instagram, and I contacted the person who did it, and she said it was a really dynamic couple of matches that she watched from me, and she had to sketch one out, so it was really cool.
That's awesome. That's good.
Yeah,
That means you had an
yeah,
impact on somebody else's life. I'm sorry. I
yeah.
I should not have put so much extra bullshit on that one. That is pretty cool.
I mean, anything is cool, right?
A lot of things are cool. A lot
Honestly,
of things are not cool too.
yeah. But honestly, like a lot of the other competitors, they trained just as hard or harder in the noob tournament, and someone was gonna get it, someone wasn't gonna get it. And the organizer was like, because I'm kind of friends with the organizer, and they said that they were watching my score sheet and everything else, and uh, they explained that really the margin of like going from dead last to like eighth place was pretty slim, and then from eighth to like first was like starting to get into like an actual race.
Okay.
Like
So the
in a
scoring was
matter of
really
like two
tight.
points.
Yeah,
Yeah, in a matter of like 2 points, I would have made it to like halfway up the pools,
that's good. I mean,
but like it was just wasn't enough.
yeah, I mean sometimes it just happens that way, right? Like I'm obviously
Yeah.
not a competitor of any sort or any sort of thing, but I think we all have to some degree, and sometimes even not doing well can be just as beneficial as going all in and winning it too, you know? Like just from the
Yeah.
experience or the practical side of things, you know, even if you had finished third or fourth or whatever, like that's still amazing. I mean, fuck, even last place did better than me at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I didn't even show up. Not that I was invited or planning on going, but like I didn't
Mm.
participate, so I can't. I can only say so much, you know. So
Um,
certainly hats off to you,
yeah,
regardless. You went and did as well as you did, and learned some things along the way. And regardless of where you finished, that's probably the more important thing is that you learned something about your capabilities and how to do these things. And next time you'll be somewhat more prepared. Hopefully,
yeah,
knock on wood.
I actually have an idea what I need to do to prepare myself.
Okay.
But I do have a funny story about Montreal because this was in Montreal, which is a French Canadian speaking
Yes.
province.
Quebecois.
Um, Quebecois. Well, they don't speak French; they speak Quebecois.
Yes.
You're right. And
It's French
me
with an
and
extra layer of attitude.
oh yeah, so much attitude. Like I'm a native French speaker. I don't know if it comes off that obviously, but like it does kind of come off a little
I mean,
bit.
I'm not hearing any
Um,
French in your speaking. Obviously, you're speaking English,
it,
but I mean like
it's
accent wise.
there's like a little bit of a delay, you know, like it's like okay, so what am I going to
Yeah,
say?
yeah.
And then it kind of like it translates.
I have
So
never
I'm a native French
consciously
speaker.
recognized that. But go ahead.
And we got to the hotel. The hotel, by the way, is like have you played Cyberpunk 2077?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Do you remember the No-Tell Motel?
Not specifically, but I'm sure if I see
Yeah.
it again.
It was scuzzy. It was
Oh,
under a bridge, under an underpass.
oh,
All right.
wow. That's
And
trolls live down there with the mushrooms. As I hear things.
so we're like, okay, cool. So this is the place. And Lados is like, yes, this is the place. I'm like, this, we're gonna get murdered here. Um, so so we go in and the person at the desk is like, bonjour. And then we're like, bonjour. And he's like, hello. And we're like,
In one word, he heard enough of an accent shift and be like, "Nope, English from now."
yeah. We even tried to steer it back into French, and he was like, "No,
No, no.
yeah, I will suffer the English."
Oh man,
So
that is hilarious.
yeah, so we go up the floor. We had the top floor, whatever room, and the top floor room had this corridor to it, and then this like door that had been burst through or something or exploded. I don't know if there was an explosion or just a door that went
I'm
through,
getting
and it
Shadowrun
went to
vibes for
this.
some reason, so maybe it was a troll after all.
Yeah, and it went to the roof and it was just like taped off. And it was like, don't go this way. And I'm
Okay,
like, yeah, this is just
you're
great.
definitely gonna
So we're gonna
die
go to our
here.
room now. But yeah, so that was the hotel story.
Well, oh, excuse me. Kane. Other than the fact that we can't see your ugly face, which is actually doing us a good. Thank you. What's new and exciting for you?
Gotta get that. What is it? Engagement or whatever? People who watch for more than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, they see you and they're not sticking around for 27 seconds.
Yeah. See, I'm helping.
I'm helping. Oh man, every time I hear the words "I'm helping," I just think of that one stupid GIF or whatever of the little support truss that has its arms up like this, and somebody put googly eyes on it or whatever, and then they made a meme out of it. It's like, "I'm helping." Sorry, and this is just where. Listen, I literally anytime anybody says "I'm helping," that's just where my brain goes. I'm sorry, it just does. I can't even control it anymore. It's like a reflex. You hit my knee, my leg jumps. You say I'm helping, I think of this stupid little concrete truss thing.
Mm.
Anyways, please, before I continue rambling some more, what's new for you?
I mean, I've been catching up on the DLCs for Ready or Not,
Okay.
and they're very good and they're very difficult.
I don't know anything
I
about this
heard.
game. What is this game? I've seen.
It's
I've
a
probably seen the title. I
spiritual-
just don't know what it is.
It's a spiritual successor to the SWAT series.
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
similar to.
So you're
With the
playing
really
you're,
dark themes.
you're playing a SWAT team and you're going through and dealing with the grim dark awfulness.
Okay.
I've heard.
Yeah,
Now-
no, they recently were like, hey, we just did another patch and we're going to take a little bit of the grim dark out because well, a lot of people have decided that we went a little too hard on the bad guys are bad train.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't even like talk about it on your stream. Like it would demonetize you.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, I'm not getting
Like,
paid anyway, but
fully 2/3 of the missions I probably would not be great to talk about their themes or content on the stream.
so what I'm hearing is I
No.
should go take a look at this.
It's a great game. It really is.
I think
it's
there's
very
actually
difficult.
isn't there a mechanic where you actually manage your team's mental health because of the themes in this particular thing?
Yeah, so if you want to play through all the levels solo, you can do a campaign mode where you go to the
Oh,
next
yeah.
mission in the story's chronological order and you can keep hiring people or sending them to therapy. If they survive enough missions, then they unlock like special skills that help make the missions easier. But yeah, no, you do something like one of your teammates accidentally hits a civilian, they're going straight to critical, and they might just quit the game. Like you might just end the mission and find that slot empty. That guy might just choose to stop being a cop.
Okay.
Or yeah, like if you're doing like an Iron Man run or something, and you take one or two casualties, and you decide like you've got to go back to the start and reset to get more guys. Like your dudes are all like they take huge stress penalties because they lost teammates and
Hey,
yeah.
Ready or Not is
Ready or
currently
not.
the base game, mind you, is currently 50% off on Steam for probably another week or
Yeah.
two.
I recommend it. I really do.
What is your emergency?
It's a great game. I've put a lot of time into it. I've got almost all of the new maps done now.
What's it at again?
So,
It's 29
Ah,
bucks?
yes,
That's not
there's-
so bad actually.
There's Dr. Roxo as one of 8 friends that already own this game.
I
Oh
don't
damn!
know
I
if
just
there's
threw
any-
your Steam name out there. My bad. I should have thought that through a little bit.
I mean, if somebody wants to search for Dr. Roxo, they're gonna find like 9,000 results.
12.
That's fair. That's fair. But there's only one you.
There is only one me, but they
Only
probably won't
one-
find me. But yeah,
And only one Roger Montoya. I'm sorry, I gave up your name.
I don't know who that is.
But yeah,
Are you
it's,
here to kill me because I killed your dad at some point?
No.
But yeah, I
that was the
recommend
guy.
it's definitely an intense game though, so be
Alright.
ready for some intensity.
Well, speaking of intensity,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have anything super new or exciting. I mean, we did launch a couple weeks ago the my Warhammer Fantasy homebrew game. basically use Warhammer Fantasy 4th Edition in a homebrew setting. We were supposed to have our second episode last week, but it's going to be tomorrow, knock on wood. One of the players, unfortunately, was sick last week. The only other thing I got is I just got into a Shadowrun game. I will be playing a orc pseudo Street Sam, and one of the cool things, just because I'm a moron, when I created this character, I was like, you know what would be really funny? I'm going to play an orc in Shadowrun that at some point in his running around in his youthful days came across some boxed edition of Warhammer 40k. And now he thinks he's an orc from Warhammer 40k, or he has those delusions of whatever, fantasy or daydreaming or whatever you want to call it. So every now and again, you're going to hear him just go, "Wah!" And everybody's going to look at him and be like, oh yeah, sorry. We're going that way now to kill the bad guys, right? Okay, got it. And so that's going to be the running gag.
Pretty sure everything's painted red to go faster, right?
Red for fast, green for strong, and ain't nobody ever seen the purple ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that joke will probably come up. There's other colors. I don't remember all of them. That said, I don't think I have anything else. Let's play this game. Previously on Beyond the Frontier, arriving on the planet KOI 1966.3, start of initial exploration. The teams are currently split once again because these guys hate me, I think. Pike and Octavia Westcott are currently exploring what was originally a bit too uniform of a series of depressions and mounds of dirt all across the open, basically across a valley floor. And they have penetrated those depressions and are exploring the depths beneath. Wow, that was hard. And have found basically old ass concrete type stuff that doesn't make sense, but they're not done exploring things. In another part of the planet, we have Alita, Emily, and Lakota. They are doing some stuff. We haven't actually done anything with them yet. And then lastly, Captain Warren and the rest of the crew are aboard the ship in orbit above. And we've been on the ground for a handful of hours by now. By the time we got here. And one of the things, of course, so we had Pike and Octavia descended beneath the ground into this large cavern, because I'm going to use words a lot tonight.
Cavernius.
There you go.
Oh,
Cade is slow on the uptake, but that's usual for him. He was Air Force at one. And yes, the banter
I gave them all of
continues.
my brain cells, and I wasn't allowed to take them home with me.
Yeah. Oh, did the Air Force issue you brains? Is that how that worked?
No, they're still being held hostage there. They can't give them up.
That checks out. So you have one layer of cavern, and then as you got to the bottom of that cavern, you realize that you're standing on what is effectively the roof of another cavern beneath you. But before we go further with that series of explorations, Warren, I want you to imagine you're probably sitting on the flight deck of your ship. Maybe you got a cup of coffee or whatever it is that Warren enjoys when the quiet hours. Yeah.
Not
That's
shooting
you.
his PDAT.
Yeah. His PDAT is not reminding him of yet another notification or have some randomly scheduled timer event going off. Or, dancing
What?
nude
Did
girls.
I do that?
Exactly. You got where I was going. I didn't have to throw in the pornography bots. Which I'm sure Octavia would have thrown at him just for shits and giggles, if no other reason.
Instead of
Okay.
Clippy, he has a pinup girl.
Yes! Oh, looks like you're trying to fuck off now. Let me help you with that. I want you to imagine, though, as you're chilling on the flight deck, you pick up some sort of proximity alert. I don't know if proximity alert is really the right word to use, but yeah, you're definitely getting a
From
notification.
like in the ship or from the ship to other places?
your ship's sensor stations or something is saying, "Hey, there's something new out there. Hey, there's something new out there. Hey, there's something new out there. You're fuck off, girl."
Before I shoot it.
Clippy is incessant, let me tell you. Hey, there's something out there. Do you want me to help you check it out? Jesus. This gag will never end, so I'm going to end it now.
Jesus. All right. All right. So, is there anyone on the flight deck with me?
At the moment, no, unless you want somebody up there with you. I feel like maybe it was like your turn
No.
for watch. You're like, it's quiet up there. Let me go.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
Let me check the proximity alert.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Sitting at about
Okay.
6-ish hours away is the Ileana on approach. They're a little early.
They're a little early.
Yeah. If you recall from your mission briefing, they were supposed to arrive approximately 24 hours after you guys arrived here. They are somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 to 12 hours early. If this was any other gaming system, whoever did their hyperspace rolls did really, really, really well and cut down their travel time by a significant margin. Traveler and Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I'm looking specifically at those games, but it's not important right now.
Okay.
What's really important is that about 6 hours from now, Ileana will be entering orbit, and there is a message waiting for you from your friend Gaius! I don't know why I have so much fucking energy right now.
That's that last one before you crash and sleeping on your desk.
That checks out. That totally checks
Yeah.
out.
Are you dying?
I might be. I might be.
All right. Beep. Hello, Matthew Warren, current officer on the flight deck of the Slovetsky Island.
Captain Warren, pleasure to see you. How goes your initial preparations for our arrival?
Let me see here. So we have a team. We have two teams on the ground right now. We have one that's doing tests, and then the other one is currently on another side of the planet, checking out some structures. Maybe we're not really sure. But do I know that? Actually, do I know that about structures?
Let's assume that yes. Actually, I think you do because they did
They
update and then they
radioed me in,
saved they made a copy of all the information they had and kept it near where they anchored themselves or something along those lines.
Yeah, basically, I don't think we should let the Ileana put their giant machinery down quite yet until we figure out what this massive underground structure is.
Right.
Because we don't know
we
what's
might
going on
accidentally
there.
put them in a spot and it just collapses into the ground.
Hey, this many multi-ton facility is landing on its own, and oh, there it goes. It just caved in the whole valley. Shit.
Just a mega skyscraper.
A skyscraper that suddenly collapses deeper into the dirt.
Yeah, because it's one thing to put it on a planet you don't need it on. It's another thing to put it on a planet and it's destroyed, and now you have to do the paperwork for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I think somewhere in the back of Warren's mind, you're like, ooh, that's a lot of dollar signs. That is a lot of dollar signs. Yeah, guys, so how are things with your preparations for our arrival? I have an atmospheric processing station that absolutely needs to come off this ship.
Yeah, about that. We have a team that's currently looking at some underground structures, and we're trying to figure out a little bit more about the geology. Tries to think of the word for
Geology works.
rocks and things.
Geology works.
Yeah. No, I meant like in character there, yeah.
No, absolutely. I get it.
The geology of the planet.
Warren's trying to use big words that he's not familiar with. I get it. I've done that before.
Yeah. The presupposition of the landing vector.
Ooh, vector.
Says that maybe landing that thing on the ground might be a bad idea in certain locations, so we're just trying to check that out.
Excellent. Sounds like that would not be a bad area to land in the proximity of, if not on top of. We'll be arriving in approximately 6 hours. Have your ground team start prepping for. There's you guys have like waypoint beacons or something like that that'll help guide the stupid thing down. And basically, what he's saying is have them set up 10, 20, 30 kilometers away from that site.
Okay.
Is effectively what he's getting at.
10, 20, 30 kilometers away from that site.
Like close,
How
but
big
not,
is this thing?
It's an atmospheric processing station. Whatever the fuck
It's
it's called.
20 kilometers wide.
No, it's not that big. It's big.
10,
It is
20,
big.
30 kilometers.
If you remember
Yeah,
from
it
like
is.
Aliens, it's probably like a kilometer or two across in diameter.
Oh,
At the base.
it is big. And
Yeah.
we had the map too that showed kind of how big it was too, so.
Yeah, they're pretty friggin' big.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna confer with the team, see what we have, and hopefully we'll be prepared by the time you reach orbit.
6 hours. We'll see you then.
6
Blink.
hours. Yeah.
See shit.
Okay, so just for the sake of recap on this thing, we have the science nerds that's not Octavia on one of the sides of the planet, right?
I'm sorry.
Yes,
And what
you
were they
have the
checking out?
geologist lady, the prospector lady,
Yes.
along
Yeah.
with a
I'm
handful
sorry.
of
Yeah.
others.
I was actually looking for that, and because there is a scale, and so roughly, about a kilometer across at the base is the size of these things, 1,000-meter diameter, give or take.
Jesus. That's a lot of steppies.
What?
Steppies.
Yeah.
Steps?
Definitely get your steps in.
Yeah.
So Alita, Emily, and Lakota are in the southeast
Yeah.
sector of the planet, as I recall. Then Pike and Tavia are in, I forget where exactly I dropped that particular area, but wherever you guys decided to go, that particular quadrant of
Yes. The one we totally saved and waypointed.
Yeah, because there was a weird temperature difference there, so we went to go
Yeah,
see what
that's
it
right. That's right. There was the
Mhm.
basically an infrared readout that was different than that. So yeah. Any communiques you want to dispatch to your people on the ground? It was also implied that
He
you may
wants it
want
over
to
there.
yeah, that you might want to regather your folks and head over in that direction and get ready, because unless you send it down with the people on the ground, somebody needs those beacons to have to be in place by the time they get there.
Yeah, so question is getting the science boat back along with the crew there within time scale to get back to Octavia and
I would
Pike?
argue again, and this comes from a place of my limited understanding of orbital dynamics. I think within the 6 hour time frame, it would not be difficult.
I don't think it would be.
We're
Yeah.
talking like 2 to 3 hours to sync your orbit with their ascent, and then redirect, shift your orbit again to link up so that you could land wherever they are or in the
So
vicinity.
Oh, okay, so
we don't
it's a
we
hot
don't have the
hot
beacons.
pickup.
What's that?
We the team that's currently in a weird place do not have the beacons.
No.
Correct. I think the
So-
beacons are either
Beacons are
on
in
the
the
ship
science
or they're
pod.
in the science boat.
Yeah,
They're
so I
on
need
the
the science
science.
bay.
They're on the science boat, which the other team has landed with,
Yeah,
because
'cause
Kane and I are
they're-
down there with only a ATV.
Because Emily's
thingy.
supposed to be doing the geological survey to make sure that it can land there, and then if it can,
Yeah.
it's your decision whether you want them to turn on the beacon. So you don't need to
Mhm.
pick us up for that. They just need to keep working. Where you're at right now
But-
in orbit allows you to talk to both teams
Yes.
because you're above the horizon.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'll radio. But the first thing that I wanted to consider was that Gaius was implying that he wants the atmospheric processor near the structures.
Right, because what you don't know in character is that when you said underground structures, he immediately interpreted that as alien ruins or some sort of structures to be investigated, and wants the colony to be
Yeah.
accessible distance. Is what he didn't say
Yeah.
that specifically, but and obviously in character you could suspect that, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So but that's where he's coming from. He's like, oh well, it sounds basically he's like, well, if somebody was there once, why not somebody else be there again, a little bit further afield, so we're not landing on ground that might collapse.
Yeah, that sounds like
Does it-
something Matt can decide if the other team moves or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna radio down to Lakota and Alita and not Lakota,
No, you're right.
Quintana,
No, it
Alita
was
and
Emily Katana, Lakota, whatever her last name is, and Alita. They're
oh, okay,
doing
okay,
their
okay.
science
I
things.
The
was I
girl
wasn't
crew
sure
is
about
down
Lakota.
there.
The
Yeah.
what? What'd you say?
The girl crew is down there.
The girl crew. Well, I didn't know we were going by gender crew, but okay. I'm sorry. I
Well,
was
I mean,
making a
he just
joke.
had selected to put the girl, like several female NPCs along with Alita down there.
Mhm.
Whatever else do we call them?
Along with Alita, like she's not one of the girls.
No,
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 no.
she's
Alita
not one of
isn't
the
a
girls.
girl. She is the owner of the cafeteria. There's a
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
She's
Yes,
like
and right
boss
now
mama.
I'm about to have Luke have a conversation with himself.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
All right, radioing down.
all right, now I'll be
Alita,
nice.
are
Lakota will
you
pick up.
okay? Oh, okay. All right. I radio down. Captain Warren here.
You hear just a wild rush of wind in the background, but she answers like, "Hey, Captain, uh, didn't expect you to call so soon. We're getting ready to check in, probably about another hour or two."
Well, the Ileana is on its way, ahead of schedule, or we're late. I don't know which one. I'm a little off on the details on that one.
Well, regardless, it sounds like they're
Um,
almost here.
yes. So you guys have the beacons. What's the location looking like down there?
Suitable. Uh,
Suitable.
yeah, I mean, it seems like this doesn't seem anything crazy down here, but I don't know. It's kind of bland, boring, open plains, lots of grass. Other things that I don't personally remember, but I know was in the report that you guys were given last session. I'm referring
Okay,
to the
perfect.
PDF that I posted in Discord like 3 years ago at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Last year.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Okay, so we have growable, farmable land, we have air, we have everything. It's
Yeah,
nice rolling
I mean,
plains,
it's
away from
nothing like.
predators.
I mean, there's definitely signs of grazing animals and predator types that prey on them, but nothing, nothing super crazy, nothing super cool. It's just open land, lots of it.
Okay. All right.
Kind of boring.
I am gonna
Not a beach for
call
miles.
back. Oh God. Yeah, we're not gonna have a lot of those, I think, around here. But I'm gonna call back in a moment. I
Sure.
need to get back with the other team and then figure out what we're gonna need to do to land that atmospheric processor and where.
You hear the sound of what must be somebody pouring liquid metal. Sure, we'll be right here. I'll be right here. She says.
Got it.
Totally
I
not taking
radio
on
out
the
to the
job
other
right
team
now.
to see.
I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
no one ever does. Ever.
And yet, that's all you ever see is all these
Heard
business
of.
meetings, business lunches, fucking doctors and lawyers and everybody. As soon as they go into their private office, the first thing they do is go for that bottle on the fucking door or on the counter, I should say.
I know, it's such a cliche, right?
Anyway,
It's always expensive stuff too.
yeah, oh yeah, always, always, always.
All right. So I'm gonna radio to the other team, see if I get a response. Beep boop.
I love the bee boop. I'm sorry.
This is ground. This is Scout.
Perfect. How's the structures and everything looking? I haven't heard back too much from you guys.
It's a giant fucking hole. Like
It's a giant fucking hole.
Oh, we didn't even drive most of the way over this. I have no idea how big it is, but it's enormous.
Hmm.
I don't trust it to take the weight of the truck right now.
And probably not an atmospheric processor.
No.
Okay.
You guys do remember from where you came, there was that original camp of the previous scouts. That particular area was open, flat enough, etc., to be a colony base camp area. for the actual colony.
And I'm prepping to go down this hole, and it's comms are going to get spotty after that. But I can send you coordinates to somewhere to be surveyed that might be far enough away, but I don't know if it is. And because I don't know what this all is. I mean,
Excellent.
it's. I mean, this stuff looks old. Like it does look really old, right?
Yeah, it's definitely got like vines and moss and critters and stuff like that. It's definitely been
Tell
down here
him
for a
the
while.
word is called very weathered.
Weathered
stuff-
and
yeah, you
generations
guys
of
don't have
flora
a-
and fauna.
Like the stuff down here. Yeah, I gotta say, Captain, the stuff down here, it looks like it looks more than 80 years old.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like you
send
guys
me
have
those
a carbon
coordinates.
dating kit either, so.
No. But I
Science
mean, like
team
the age of
might.
vines and things. Yes. So let's go get the science team. I will check out those coordinates that you send me, and we will hopefully be able to land a processor within the next 6 hours.
Got it. I haven't had any
Perfect.
problems breathing.
Oh yeah.
Well, that and for Pike and Octavia, 6 hours means nothing. You don't understand what the sudden immediacy is. Urgency.
I don't need to understand that stuff.
No,
I'm
I mean,
live in
listen,
my
we know
soul
Pike
world.
probably can't understand even if you explained it to him with pictures.
But yeah, Westcott's down the hole. Once I get
Westcott's
clear,
down the hole.
once she's got solid footing, I'm probably gonna go down after her so we can check this thing out.
Okay.
She set up a repeater, but I don't know. That might be spotty. It might not have any comms, or it might be crystal fucking clear. Don't know yet.
Excellent. We'll see you around then. Is there a way for you to do an SOS if this goes belly up?
I'm not playing about it. So.
My SO is I have no plan.
Yeah, I mean, SOS. That's not. Nah.
Okay.
I don't need a
All
plan
right.
for that.
It doesn't look that bad. Got it.
I mean, it looks that bad. I'm just that good.
Oh, I mean, I remember the Pike Evader. You took us out of a mine.
Yeah, it was really grim, but I'm that good.
Beep boop.
Yes, Captain.
Shout out.
Yeah,
All right, so
I
we're
like
gonna.
how hold on. I like how how Pike is like, that was fucking rude. Scout out, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, oh, whatever. I'm just continuing to look down through my scope at the glow sticked areas.
Yeah, 200-ish
Mhm.
meters away.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Yeah.
deep.
So I guess I'm picking you guys up, and we're looking at another location for the drop.
Okay, sounds good, boss. We've got we'll probably be packed up and ready to go by the time you get here. Shouldn't be too hard.
Perfect. And you are all good to fly that thing?
Yep. We got it down
Excellent.
here. Shouldn't be that hard to get it back up.
Nope.
And then we get a montage.
I actually don't know what the
Go ahead.
Oh, we need to have a montage.
We have a montage. First, we have a cat meowing in the background, so hopefully he's not annoying. Other than he's annoying
No.
the shit out of me right
You
I like the idea that like you
Are
get
you
the
jealous
comment
of
of
the
like,
fact that mine are quiet?
I like the idea that she's like, I got it down, I can get it back up, and then the montage is everybody in the science pod being like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know, I'm trying to level it off.
It definitely has one of those. It goes up, gets a little shaky, drops back down a few hundred feet, goes back up again a little bit more. It just keeps.
I don't know. Is this
Oh yeah,
where
it
Alita learns to
does
pilot?
not have it. Oh yes, Alita does not have the best of luck with piloting.
No.
I remember an episode not long ago. Well, for us, it was a while ago. Something about a 4x4 in the snow. Go ahead, Alina. Make your piloting roll.
I'll fail. I think there was actually a stress roll on that one.
Oh, for real though. Let me get a roll from Alita.
Okay.
I mean, listen, we're not gonna crash or whatever happens. I'm just curious to see how shitty it is to get it up in the air.
Uh, literally no successes.
You can push that
Okay,
if you
let me
like.
try
You
that
don't have
again.
to.
I would like to push that.
Wow. Yeah. It ends up so what happens is the Solovetsky Island does all of the major work to make this rendezvous happen. Alita
All
manages
of
to
it.
get it up into basically the stratosphere, but the island has to come down really low, comparatively speaking. In orbital terms, it has to come down really low to scoop this thing up, to make the rendezvous happen, to get the science bay to redock with the ship, and then boost back up into a normal orbital elevation, and then
Mm-hmm.
ultimately change orbital inclination to have over to be able to fly over where the other team is, and then descend back down. I know
I
orbital
want to have
dynamics.
a
Kind of.
I want to have a moment with Alita and
Sure.
Matt
Yeah.
where they're walking through the corridors and Matt just kind of like looking forward says, "So, as a marshal, you must have had some sort of piloting and driving instruction." And she's just like looking forward, goes, "Yeah, but I couldn't parallel park it."
I love how it's just that's the only clip we get at like the end of the montage as we get to like Star Wars seed wipe to the island coming down to where Pike
Yeah.
and Octavia are. It's like just couldn't parallel park. I got a pass, but I didn't get parallel parking.
No.
Thankfully, parallel parking is not as important in the 2180s as you might think it is.
With wheels that like turn and then like boom.
Yeah, it's actually not that hard anymore. They figured out how to make it easy for dumb people.
Yeah.
Or even smart people for that matter, because I can't parallel park. And I'm not well. Let's leave that one alone. Yeah, I saw that look, Luke.
I actually have some reservations about people thinking that they're dumb or smart. I think it's all pretty much just a soup. It's a
That's
thought
fair.
soup.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So
So while that's gonna take some time to
yeah, that
happen,
takes a few hours.
what do we see down in the hole while somebody's working their
Oh, are we
way
doing
down
Alice in
this
Chains
rope?
down on a hole?
Yeah.
No, we don't have the rights for that. Come on. Lane Staley will come back and kick my ass. I'd let him too, because I probably deserved it. Anyway, so you two, or rather, if I remember right, so Octavia's down in the hole. You are up at the top of it.
Yeah, waiting for her to get down to the bottom
Okay.
first. Because if it does go bad, I can pike evader her, but she can't get me out if I go down first.
Yeah, so she drops down effectively 200 meters, give or take, to the bottom. And when she got to the bottom, if I remember right, I remember vaguely.
Like Val just touched down and was checking because I discovered that this was also another iris opening with even more another cavern below us, and it makes me
Correct.
suspicious.
Yes.
So I was checking to make sure it was safe for him to even come down here.
Now, every thing that you like, any sensor, everything is telling you your feelings, your instincts, whatever.
Well, I have a Seaburn kit, let's be clear, so I have a little bit more than I normally do.
That's fair. But like everything seems like this floor seems to be solid, and maybe at some point you kick the shit out of it or heel stomp it or something, and it kind of reverberates a little bit of metal, kind of reinforcing the idea of it being opening portal. Or if you want to run your Seaburn kit, you can. I don't know if we did before.
I don't think so.
I don't. Let's see. Do you want to do your Seaburn kit?
Yeah, basically, I'm gonna do like the sciencey thing to make sure like the air is actually breathable, that there isn't
Okay.
stuff floating around that's going to kill us slowly rather than because I'm obviously still alive,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's not killing me fast. I'm
yeah.
checking if it's gonna kill us slow.
Okay.
I think that falls under observation.
That sounds right.
The scientist stuff is all triggered off of observation.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I mean, my observation and my medical aid are the same level. My comtech is just better. but I think this is definitely observation. Yeah. I mean, apparently I roll 9 dice and keep it together.
Okay. So as you're doing your various testing, and I imagine this test process takes like at I remember Seaburn kids taking different tests that we would use. um so it takes like 10 or 15, maybe 20 minutes or what have you, and all of the normal like contaminant type stuff, as far as things that might actually be in the air that's harmful, potentially fatal, checks out clear, but you are getting something on the biological side that is new and indeterminate. It's like you're triggering something biological as far as your warnings and whatnot, but it doesn't show as any particular color or because like I'm thinking of like the old oh god, Kane, help me out. I want to say like M8 test kits or something like that. You know what I'm talking
So
about?
basically, we see the equivalent of
You talking
fungus
about, like-
spores, but we don't know what they do.
You're talking about like the brown tapes?
Not the tape. That might have been the M8, but there was like the test kit that you would pop the different little ampules and like vapors and stuff like that, and it would like test the air, and it would change the color of some pad or something similar to
Oh,
similar to like how the M8 tape would change colors if there was agents near.
yeah, I don't remember what that's called.
256 kit. The M256 kit. Just clicked. Not clicked. My brain clicked. Anyway,
Yeah, so
yeah. So you on your kit, you're being told basically biological warning, indeterminate, unknown / new, meaning that your kit doesn't know what it is, but it is something biological.
so basically I've already been exposed, but he being up there and the source of fresh air probably hasn't been.
I think with your Seaburn training, you would recognize that while this may be a cause for concern, a couple of things that you might want to consider is just the fact that you're in an alien environment that probably has
Mhm.
some sort of shit in the air.
Pollen.
Yeah, it could be pollen, it could be dust motes, it could be fungal spores,
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. Because it's a trapped air system, it could just be stagnant or not stagnant, but like just old shit hanging around that the computer or whatever doesn't recognize because you've never been on this planet before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or it could
I
actually kill
radio-
you within an indeterminate amount of time. You don't know.
I tell Pike that I'm getting a blip on the biologicals, but it's not pinging as anything immediately lethal.
I could spray you.
We're on
Shit face.
we're on an alien planet.
I mean, I know he can see me, and I just kind of shrug.
You probably
I hold
see
up the color. I literally hold up the color panel because I know that he can see it through the scope.
Yeah, but it probably doesn't show the colors. He's probably looking at infrared or night vision green.
Okay. I break out my
I
little
would-
pen flashlight. I hold it up, and I hold the light up. A plain optic scope will let him see that because
Yeah,
of the way human eyes work.
I would like to hidden stash. Because I talked about how I packed a bunch of shit into the back of the truck on the way here, right?
Vaguely, yes.
I want to pull out I want to pull out 2 hostile environment masks.
Okay, makes
I
sense.
actually have one in the Severin kit, so because that's in the kit too.
Wait, is that already in the kit?
Yeah, our respirators are.
Acid proof gloves, goggles, syringes, sampling tool, paper, specimen jars.
4 emergency respirators, good for 1 turn each before they need to be recharged.
Oh, I'll go pull out nicer ones than that. Those are
Mhm.
like 15-minute disposables. I pull out 2 nice ones from the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, the ones for like, yeah, these would be ones that were in like the maintenance area on the island for like if the atmosphere is starting to go out, it's got like a small tank you put on your belt and it lasts for a few hours so that you can try to get the environment back up or whatever. And yeah, I'll put mine on and I'll I'll clip a weapon case on and yeah, I'm gonna start heading down.
Mm-hmm.
Between the two of you, and you get probably get after a little while, you get a better look around. It is just an empty old wide open, cavernous. It is definitely not man, say, but man-made, manufactured. Uh, the walls are fairly smooth and definitely uniformed appearance, other than the fact that dirt and vines and roots and things of that nature eventually work their way through because that's what they do over years and years and years and years of effort. As you come down to the, hang on, let me double check my map stuffs. Anymore? This one. As you come down, you can tell that to the, let's call this, hang on, just give me just a second here. To the north and south, let me try that again. You are in effectively a circular bay cavern. In each of the four cardinal directions are tunnels leading away. However, the one to the west is about 100 or 200 meters in, is absolutely collapsed and just a pile of rubble, dirt, and mossy things, and maybe a rat-like thing scurries away. But to the north, south, and east, the tunnels extend further. Some old school D&D type shit going on. You are
I
in
mean,
a
I just
circular
look at
room.
Pike and I go, north first?
I hand you your high quality respirator.
I take off the shitty respirator and put the nice one on.
Since we're down in this sort of area and it's going to be kind of hard, like with the lighting being as bad as it is and everything, I want to get every advantage in case there's anything down here. So I sling my DMR, I unclip the weapon container that I had clipped onto myself for the ride down the rope, and I'm going to put on my smart gun.
Okay.
And I'm going to put on my tracker headset and everything, so I have all the motion tracking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're
I
not
help you
getting
plug
any sort of.
everything in.
Sorry. Yeah, you don't. I mean, after all this time, like you do everything. Like you're talking about, like looking for vantage sites and lines of sight and corners and angles and all that stuff. You are in effectively a round, couple 100 meter diameter cavernous area, and it looks like there's another one, another 200 or 300 meters below you to the next floor.
So is the iris for the lower chamber closed or open?
There's cracks in the floor.
It is. Hang on, let's see. It is open large enough for that you can. Hold on, sorry. It is fractionally open, leaving gaps in the floor itself, half a meter wide, just enough to squeeze through. So there's like a handful of areas that you could probably penetrate, but none of them are particularly large or wide. Like they're all you. I mean, they're
So,
just barely
half a
enough for
meter.
Pike to fit through, but you
Yeah,
might
okay,
have to take
so-
off the smart gun.
All right, so half a meter wide. I'm gonna straddle one of these and drop a chem light down the hole.
It takes a second or two before you hear the thunk sound that a chem light hitting concrete would sound like.
Does it sound like it did it hit anything shallower, or is it like just as deep?
Just as deep as it like looking down and the time it took from when you let go to when you heard that thunk, it's every bit of 200 to 300 meters deep.
Well, if something's supposed to land in here, doesn't sound like it's in there right now. Doesn't sound like it hit a roof.
Yeah.
Or you missed.
I mean, I don't. Do you want to try to go down or do you want to try the tunnels? To be honest, I'd rather clear the tunnels first.
Yeah, why? Well, let's do the tunnels. Let's clear top down before we show our asses to whatever might be in the tunnels.
Yeah, plus ropes are easy to mess with when we're hanging at the other end.
Okay. So what do
North it is.
you going north first?
Yep.
All right. It proceeds about, I'm gonna say about 400 meters altogether, and it comes to what otherwise, Jesus, it comes to what otherwise could be simply a wide spiral staircase made of stone that allows access to the surface. However, it doesn't actually go all the way up. It hits a point where the ground has collapsed and is pretty well solidly in place, preventing you from actually getting back up to the surface. But you do get the feeling that looking at the stairs, that it goes, if you were 300 meters deep right now, this goes about 200-ish meters before you get to the rubble and stuff and can't see it any further up. It looks like at one point it probably did go to the surface. Just not anymore.
These people not hear fucking elevators?
I mean, going up a couple hundred meters, that's something like 20 stories or more. Yeah. Elevators, motherfucker. Elevators.
East? Shall we go east?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. East is another. It's about 400-500 meters deep. Not deep, but
Along.
inward or down the hallway. Let me see. What do we?
At the same plane of height.
Yeah, same elevation or whatever. Oops, I did not mean to activate that. Don't look at that. God damn it.
Okay, I don't have a token, so I can't see shit anyway.
Oh, good. Because I
Same.
didn't mean to activate that map. I meant to view the map. Yeah. So you come to, you know what? Actually, I think I can. And I need. Can you guys see anything on that map yet?
Nope.
No.
Good. In that case, Mike. TV. How about now?
I can see 5 feet in every direction.
Excellent.
Same.
Excellent. Let me change your oh my god, that is like really tiny on this view. Toggle visibility, status effects, spring to front, combat, open configuration. All right, identity, appearance, vision. Basic vision range, 12 meters. Let's go with. Let's see. You've got your scope and stuff, so I'm gonna give you 200 meters.
Well, I also have the shoulder lamp and everything.
Yeah.
I got the shoulder lamp. I got night vision. I got thermal.
How far would your range be based on the rules? I'm thinking 200-ish meters.
Sure.
And then Octavia.
I don't have anything fancy, so I'm basically just borrowing his shoulder lamp.
Yeah, I'll give you 100.
Yeah, remember, they're not allowed to give me firearms, technically.
Really?
Remember? That's like the entire thing. They haven't been allowed to give me firearms. Keen does it anyways.
I don't remember.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Lakota's like, oh man, she's a danger to herself.
I do
can't let
vaguely
anything
recall some
dangerous."
things
I
like
was
that,
never
yeah.
given a permission from the security to carry a weapon, and Lakota would have nixed it if I ever had gotten it.
Which is why Pike just gives her one anyways.
Yeah. The
So,
last time I had my hands on it, it was his sniper rifle, no less.
you are where you see yourselves in that area, and yes, so you're in this, how many, my scale, this map, 20 meters of square, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 120 meter wide tunnel. You come up and you start to see where it opens up, and you see some arches overhead as you pass through, or once you pass through, and then staircase leading up in front of you, and then what looks like spiraling staircases to either side.
Shit.
Interesting. This is most definitely not naturally formed.
Well, we figured that out earlier, didn't we?
I'm making a joke.
Right.
She's saying it in a very dry tone of voice.
So these stairs here, do these switch back and go up?
I was
like
literally
that.
just looking at a key to help me figure out where those
Like,
stairs go.
is there like a balcony looking down at us?
Yeah, give me a second. Let me figure out map stuff. Yeah, those just go up to like a balcony. It looks like, or rather a spot where you can, look down around you.
I'm gonna check that balcony before I walk past it and let it look at me first.
Yep. And yeah, as you can tell, it
I
goes up.
basically just walk quietly behind him. I
Yeah,
try to be I try to be stealthy in the sense of I don't want to make noise while keeping up with him.
yeah. And unfortunately, it does go only so far before it ends at some sort of wall or something.
I have a feeling it's a walkway over where the arches are.
Yeah, and it looks like it just crosses back over. One of those annoying things that happens to you when you're playing a game and you're like, oh, that just leads to the other side of where I was just, and that just leads back to where I was. Okay, all right, this is not giving me anything. Let me go down this way.
I'm gonna file this under architects or assholes.
Yep. or in my reference, or in my analogy, game devs are assholes. All right, I know it says slatted gate there. I don't have anything for slatted gate, so let me see. Let me double check this.
Is it is it something blocking the doorway or is it broken?
Uh, it does not specify. So there's probably like the remnants of some sort of gate system right there, but it's not impeding your ability to move.
We'll just keep going then.
Yeah.
And here you can see you're getting into what appears to be almost like an amphitheater sort of thing, or perhaps another docking cavern. But there are, looking up to either side of you as you enter, you'll see that where it says viewing platforms, that's exactly what that is. Those are like balcony viewing areas where people, in theory, could congregate and look down into whatever is in the center of this area.
Hey, you get the sense for walking into an arena?
That's certainly a word you can use.
I just give him I just go, yeah, kind of sounds like it, doesn't it?
Now, considering some of the shit I've done, I think I could punch the shit out of a tiger.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who's literally fist fucked an alien, queen alien at that.
Ooh, what's on that
Phrasing?
platform?
Yeah. So there, coming just into view, you see within the depressed area of this altar dais are 6 enormous head statues. I want you to think something along the lines of the Easter Island heads. I don't know. There's probably a better name for them, but you know what I'm talking about. They are roughly 20 meters wide, 50 meters tall. In the gaps between them are carvings of various xenomorphs, looking as if they are climbing and embracing the statues. Oops, I gave too much information. Well, you guys are intimately familiar with xenomorphs at this point, so yes. However,
We spent some time looking at them.
yeah. However, because you recognize them and probably not entirely ready for them here, go ahead and add 1 point of stress each.
The fucking bugs. Why are there carvings of those fucking bugs here?
And as you note now, of course, those platforms where it says viewing platform, they are about 5 meters up from where you are. And from your current position, it does not look like you have access to like how to get up there.
Wait, there's a bunch of people looking down.
No, it's still,
No,
it's like
he's
dead
talking.
quiet.
Yeah, he's talking.
Oh, you're
Just let him talk.
My bad. My bad.
He's just so a bunch of people looking down, statues with those fucking bugs, like venerating them
I very
or marking the
carefully
kind of room this is supposed to be. Like, do you think this is some sort of place where those things were supposed to be? I mean, it looks like that used to have a gate. Maybe that was trapped them in here while they did shit in here.
I poke one of the statues with a stick.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay. I just want to make sure it's actually there.
No, it's real.
Um,
It's. I'm sorry. You do hear a voice in
um,
your head, Octavia. It. You're not sure if it's Tom or if it's not West, Winston, or if it's anybody else for that matter. But it's definitely one of those voices that is distinct, and it says, "No, no, that is a statue. I don't know why you would poke it with a stick, but that is a statue."
With no awareness at all, like just looks over and says, "I see those two." Like it's totally okay.
Yeah, and
That
these are
this is
just these
not a
like,
problem.
and
yeah.
to be clear, like if you like, we as players know what the engineers look like and how they're so facially structurally similar to humans, and that's what you're looking at. These are
Yeah.
human-ish heads. They're just ridiculously wide and tall. Um, it should be noted, of course, that this is an odd thing to have here, and they're crawling with different types of xenomorphs, or
I think
various
we've
different.
seen all. I think we've seen at least some of them, right? Like those are the weird, like a chest burstery ones. Those are like the teenagery ones, and
Yeah,
I think that's the queen one.
yeah.
Whatever the
Yeah,
fuck those are.
yeah, like I said, like why the fuck are there carvings of those bugs down here?
Why does it look like there's like people? Okay, okay, huge person, bunch of little bugs. It makes me think like the big people here are a representation of the people who control them. And I kind of don't think that's Wayland
Well,
Utani there.
well, yeah, I mean, this place looks like it's too old for people to have been here. So I don't know how these got here or who made them.
Mm.
They're too old for us to make them.
Do you think some of the colonists are archaeologists and they can riddle this shit out for us?
I mean, maybe, but if there's bug stuff down here, I don't want anybody else landing on this planet.
Um, I guess let's finish looking around at least this one room before we run away and tell them bug shit. Because knowing them, they'd want to come down here because bug shit even more, not less.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah,
Fuck. He's
fuckers.
like, none of that occurred to Pike. He's just mad now. It's like, what the fuck are we supposed to do about it? I guess if there's bug
I
stuff
guess
down
we
here,
could
we better kill them
discourage.
all in the next 6 hours. Whatever the fuck happens in 6 hours.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say, by the way, that at this point, if, for instance, one of you wants to look at your watches, about an hour has gone by. Perhaps closer to 2. Depending on how fast you
Okay.
think you're moving through all this.
Well,
We got 5 hours to save idiots from themselves.
yeah, I guess, well, clockwork rule or clockwise rule. Start at the top and go around. So I walk. So is this
We
viewing
can't.
platform?
It's
Is
above
can
you.
you
us.
walk under it?
You can walk under it, yes.
I would like walk under it because I just want to like check. Is this like a
There's
door or an indication of the start of a
There might
hallway?
have been a door there at one point in time, but whatever's there now is not. It's an open path. Also, can you make an observation roll?
I got stairs over here. He says while you're making your roll.
Okay. So you do see what looks like the remnants of some sort of wood-ish or wood-like door, except it's covered in what appears to be some sort of black, not really slimy mold, but some sort of black goo crap. When I say goo, I don't want you to think of the black goo that we would recognize from the Alien franchise, but some sort of black shit along the wood,
Are
some
we
sort of.
talking slime mold or are we talking we saw that in the basement of a mining colony problems?
It's more like a black mold fungus sort of thing going.
Okay. I don't want to
Um,
walk through that spot. There's black mold all over it. Let's
yeah,
not go that way.
and you
You said
hear.
you can see stairs?
Yeah, the stairs
Also,
over this
I want to
way.
point out one last thing. It's Winston that says, "Ew." Probably don't want to go.
Yeah, no shit. We don't want to go that way. It's gross.
Yeah, those stairs right there, just like you see. And then immediately to the right is rubble, collapsed tunnel, dirt, maybe a rodent-like thing scurrying once again.
That's impassable.
Yep.
All right. Let's see what see what's down here.
As you make your way around that curve, you note, especially since Octavia already mentioned something about mold, you see some of that mold spreading further up this way, but it's not quite as dense as it was around the passage. Like the original colony is back here. If that makes any sense? And then what you're seeing up here is like the explorers and run. If that makes any sense.
So we went up a flight of stairs, and this tunnel gradually goes down to the
Sure.
ground level. Or is this?
You know what?
lead
I
to the
did read that
balcony?
wrong. I did read that wrong. Yes. So
Yeah,
So-
this is a walkway to a viewing platform.
yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly. It is. That's exactly what it is. I misinterpreted what I was reading. So the mold and stuff you saw, you did see mold and shit. It was underneath in like the supports and the wall back here in the corner, and there's some dampness. What you see up here is some of that same mold has somehow spread up this way, and it's kind of sporadic. But as you get closer to this point where there once was a door, you see more of that mold, like the concentration of that mold is.
Do I see the viewing platform?
Yes. Or you could recognize that was the viewing platform that you were walking under.
I brave it anyways and walk through it to stand on the viewing platform.
Yep. Winston in the back of your head says, "Bro, what the fuck that? That's ill."
Yeah, we got.
It's just mold, okay? I can take a shower later. Jesus.
Yep. And then from up here, with your varying ranges of optics, you can see down to the statues, and you definitely get what seems to be. You get the feeling that either this was some sort of position of observation of whatever happened down there, or perhaps some sort of veneration of that central dais. Dais, however you say it.
I kind of want to see what's on the other side of the room.
You
Is
hear
there
Winston say,
any-
"I kind of don't."
Like, is there any? Does it look like there's seating up here?
No, it looks like this was intended for standing, or perhaps leaning against either. You see, like broken bits of railing, and then the actual like where it comes up off the floor to keep you from falling over. I can't think of the word. Parapet, something like that. But it looks like this was intended for standing or leaning against things.
Did anybody or anything leave any belongings behind up here?
You see dirt, rubble, dead bugs, mold. That's about it.
All right. I'm gonna head back through.
Back the way we came. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm cheating and not walking through that hallway because the wall clipping is a pain. I'm actually walking through the hallway. I'm not just jumping off the viewing platform, but I'm moving my token like I did.
Not
That's
gonna
fair.
lie.
That's fair.
Pike thought about whether or not he should jump over the edge, and he was like, "It's just the two of us in here."
You like having ankles.
I also have a lot of gear right now.
Stairs. Leading up.
Yep.
Yes, that is the universal symbol for up.
And it looks like that.
All right, my
goes
D&D
more
experiences
stairs.
are usually it like in my mind it's one way, but it's not difficult to fuck it up.
And I take it this is impassable.
Correct. You do get stairs leading up. I need to see which map I need to. Second.
Yeah, it looks like there's a straight through area you can walk through that leads to somewhere, and then there's also stairway up.
No, correction. So where you guys are, these stairs lead up and around, and then you end up in rubble. You have hit the limit of where you can ascend in this area.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna take a look just in case, but I've got a sneaking suspicion that if we go to the bottom, it's just going to be a way to get up to those other viewing platforms.
Oh, once again, misinterpreting the information I have. When you guys come back over this way, and those stairs that were what I thought were leading up, they actually lead down.
Over on the right?
Over to the left or the west.
You mean the arches?
Yeah. These stairs here go up. and then these stairs go down. You probably can't see exactly what I mean, you see my ping, but you don't see what
Yeah,
I'm pinging.
no, I mean we've got fog of war, so we can see what the
Oh
map
yeah,
looks
yeah.
like
Okay,
over
that's
here.
right. You do have that. Yeah. So these stairs go down, and then these stairs also go down instead of going up, as I mentioned earlier. They descend low, and we can
Yeah, that
retcon
kind of makes
slightly.
sense.
And we can retcon slightly that instead of going down, you're like, let's finish checking out this level first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that
So
rubble, and I'm moving
I'm
up this
standing.
way.
We look at the rubble. We go, can't go this way. Back towards the arches.
And
I'm going to also
that's
determine
the
that it
stairs we
took
looked
you.
up before.
I'm also going to determine that it took you probably about another hour to investigate this area, and in total, like crossing over and checking things out, and making sure that all the passageways.
Making sure that every place we step doesn't immediately turn into a pit trap.
Yep, exactly. All right, so
Because this
now,
place is falling apart.
I mean, there's definite signs of decay and whatnot, but what you're not getting is where like the whole place is falling. Just it could end up being that. Second here. If I copy and paste your tokens from the previous map and paste them on the new map, would that keep their same settings?
You just drag and drop from the roster again. It's no biggie. It's linked to the character sheets.
Okay. Here. Nope, I
You
gotta
gotta
change
do you gotta do our lighting because
Yep.
it's not the default token settings.
that. That makes sense. Setting.
My tiny little widget of a corner of a something or another's. That is my token that I can currently see.
I can't even see your token.
Yeah, I can't see yours either. I can only see my own, and I can only see half of it.
Hey.
Oops. I almost gave you 1,000 meters sight range.
Yeah, it's too tight. I can't move myself down.
What's that?
I can't move myself down the stairs.
Oh, okay. Oh, because the tokens are a little bit too large for this map. Okay. There's a way to fix that. I remember doing this once. So give me a second.
Let's say you can just drag me to the first place where I can move down the stairs.
Just give me a second. I know how to do this part. Let's see. Image dimensions. Token dimensions around half. Yeah, there we go.
And you gotta put me through the wall and back onto the stairs.
Yep, give me a sec. I'll move you. Just bear with me. I gotta.
Okay, just letting you know.
Yep. I had to change this. Basically, I had to change the scale of the token to match the map. And when it did that, it shrunk you and put you in a weird spot. There.
Oh my
Okay.
god, I can see Kale again. Again.
Yep.
Oh, K names.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, so now you are obviously in a new area.
The orientation is wrong.
Yes, I'm aware. I can't help you
fine.
on that
Okay.
one. That was not my fault. That was in the book. Like,
Okay.
So what does this door look
I just
like?
want to make sure because our east is now our south, or excuse me,
Correct.
our west is now our south.
correct. This is west. This is south. So you are probably gonna see that in a moment. That's fine. There, and I need to see about these doors. Let's see. A second, sorry. These doors are, well, they're doors. They're closed.
No interesting markings or rotted wood type thing? Or...
These are more like metallic. There are I would imagine these doors would have some sort of inscriptions or something nearby labeling them. However, there's two issues. One, you're not going to recognize them. Two, they're probably faded and worn from.
Okay.
That said,
I'm just gonna kick doors.
yeah, I guess it would open. Let me double check my notes. I want to make sure of a couple things. I'm not seeing any notes in here specifically about it, so yeah, let's say you're fucking Pike. If you want to kick the doors, they'll swing open. It's gonna just imagine it's not just going to be a simple Pike kick. You're gonna have to put some effort into it, but I'm not gonna make you roll because you have like 87 dice in strength, and eventually you're just gonna back the door. So
So I give it a shove and realize that I'm going to have to kick. I'm going to have to actually kick this door and not just nudge it.
or maybe not so much even kicking it. It's like you're gonna have to shove and continuously shove it open inch by inch, and it's gonna take you some effort
Okay.
because maybe the ground is settled, and it could be 100 years, it could be 1,000 years, it could be 10,000 years since the last time this door was opened. So who knows what state the door frame is in.
All right. Door's open.
Mm-hmm.
Good news
I'm
is
pretty
I don't
sure he
think the
just
door's going to
pulls
close
a
behind
crowbar
us.
out of his pocket. This place is weird.
No shit.
Okay, so as you note, you are on now a raised walkway. There is a floor about 3 meters beneath you.
Are these pillars or statues?
There are. In fact, you could see in some. I'm trying to think of the right word. Give me a second. So those are pillars, yes, and you could see towards the display floor as you're moving further along, the bases of just had the word on the screen that I'm looking at. Hang on. Display cases. You can see the bases for those, and what looks like some display cases and what. Can you make an observation roll?
Both of us, or
Yes.
is this related to danger?
Not specifically.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Okay. Sorry, Pike.
I
Yeah,
pushed.
yeah. Octavia, you get Winston, and you don't see him, like he's not in your field of view, but somehow you get the impression that he is pointing towards the center of this display floor into what
You
you're
mean that I
not
can't
entirely
see?
sure that what it is that he's looking at, but he's like,
Okay,
what the
so
hell?
we're clear. The edge of my vision is the two little circles in front of us indicating the
Yeah,
columns.
yep.
I don't actually see the floor.
Yeah, I just switched that. So you can see the floor, you see the two pillars. I see what you got. Okay. Yeah, you're not getting a whole lot, but you do get some sort of trepidation indication from Winston. You kind of get the impression that he's pointing at something. Maybe he can see something that you can't, or maybe your subconscious is just fucking with you because it's Tuesday, it's Monday. You know what I mean? It does increase your stress and twitchiness for a moment or two. I believe that nervous twitch lasts for how long? 1 round?
Round.
I guess the scene.
Okay. Okay. Pike, you on the other hand, as I imagine you're doing sweeping around with your scopes and whatnot, you see the bases of display cases that are fairly well sized. You see any successes. You ended up with a total of 3.
3.
This is what you see. You see amongst these different display cases many forms of life are represented across these several different cases, including humanoid, quadruped, and multi-limbed creatures. And you can clearly see some form of not really human, not really sure. Maybe something like a proto-human that it's kind of hard for you to make out, and you're not entirely sure what you're looking at because you're Pike. I'm going to assume that Pike knows what an Arcturian is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then,
I've been in the Marines long enough that I've
Yeah.
met some Arcturians on shore leave.
and then this final one, I need to look at this. I'm not 100% either.
I'm gonna, while you're looking that up, he's like straining his eyes to sort of like see. He's like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? And he cracks a glow stick and throws it at this and throws it down there to illuminate.
What the fuck is my pen? God damn. Okay. All right. Guess I'll just use this as my notepad. That's a page number that I needed reference. Just
Okay.
normally I write down on a piece of paper or something, but my pen has disappeared. Remember earlier I was talking about I know where things are on my desk? Yeah, well, somebody moved my shit.
I mean, I'm kind of was waiting for that to happen because doesn't your child also borrow your desk?
He has his own desk and stuff, so I didn't think he would steal my pen. Bird.
You have
Yeah,
a cat. The
well,
cat has
he's
thumbs, remember?
The
The
cat-
cats also steal.
Yes, and the cat definitely has a pen fetish. Entirely possible.
yeah, he's sort of trying to make out what some of these things are. He's gonna crack some glow sticks and toss them out to try to get a better sight of some of these things.
Give me any image. Oh my. Okay. Well, they didn't really give me a lot. Uh, you know how I mentioned proto-human at one point as describing the things you see?
You know,
You also note amongst the other display cases that you're through that you can see, it in the same way that one of those figures looks like a proto-human, this looks like some sort of proto-xeno. They're all dead or dormant or what have you. They're in these display cases. Because you scored enough successes, two things become relevant or evident. Is that these were apparently the creations of whoever ran this place. Like they created these things, or at least that's the impression you're getting. But also that these were failures on the road to creating whatever they were trying to create.
you know, this kind of reminds me of uh uh you know when the science people are trying to science their way through something, and they make a thing, and then they decide that they need to change it to keep working on their thing, and they keep their work. They're like little mini trophies. You know what I mean?
I'm assuming that was to Octave.
Yeah, the only person I can talk to.
Yeah.
I don't have other
Yeah,
people living rent free in my head.
She, yeah, like Octavia looks at you and then looks at them and then looks at you and go, I mean, do we really want Waylon Yutani to have the apparent research notes on how to make Xenos?
No, I'm just saying that this room reminds me of that. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
It's like the people who collect pictures of all the places they've been and, their fuck trophies,
Well, yeah, but this is different. Like I think this is a room where I think these are different things that they made. I
Well,
don't
let's see if
think.
we can get down closer so we can at least get to a good view of what's going on here.
Well,
I
I
don't
don't
like
want
this
to.
place though.
I don't want to hop off this with all this gear. I don't know if we can get back up. So let's see if there's a
No,
way
let's
down
see if we
further
find some more
ahead.
stairs.
There's just more and more of these cases.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're seeing a lot of pillars, but you're seeing cases scattered in and among.
Oh no. It's like,
It
it's
keeps
like we're on top
going.
of each other.
It
I gotta
keeps
get my
going.
arrows.
Hey,
Shit,
door.
there's a door here.
And another
There's a
door.
bunch of doors here. Is that a window or an opening?
It's just a door. It's the wall. You're underground.
Oh, there's another door over here too.
Yeah, I'm gonna check this first one.
Yeah, first door rules.
I just all right, and step through.
All right, hold on. Let me find my notes to make sure you didn't just walk into an ambush. Let's see. This chamber is empty. There's not really much in here. It looks like at one point, different equipment was in here. There's what looks like, different fixtures that, like the display cases might have been connected to something in here, or different types of tanks might have been connected to different fixtures in here, something along those lines. It's really hard to tell, and a lot of it is just dirty, grungy, moldy, mossy, dampy, sort of
Does
just
it does it
beaten down.
remind Pike of a zoo?
Uh,
Like maybe it's
maybe
like an
more
empty
like it might.
zoo cage or something?
It might be more like this is where different tanks would have been held, and maybe they were pulled out at some point for some reason, and then they never re-utilized this room.
I think that's over Pike's head.
What's that?
So this dash, I think a lot of that's over Pike's head. So this
Yeah.
dashed line, is this like a raised walkway around
Yeah.
looking behind
It doesn't specify in my notes. Unfortunately, it's just like maybe it's like let's just call it like it is a raised platform, but you can easily get back up and down. It's not like you're super suspended or anything.
All right, I'm gonna grunt this door.
Okay. Hold on. Don't go too far in because you may walk into something I can't get you out of. Okay, yeah, this one's also empty.
They just sort of walk around it.
Yeah,
Check it out.
this one gives you like, oh yeah,
This
same
one's
verse,
really big.
same second verse, same as the first, just slightly different proportions or whatever.
All right, I'm gonna wait for Westcott to catch back up.
There we go. I keep accidentally finding the exact
Stop.
same square you're in.
Pike, alert, danger.
Danger, danger. You should
Yeah,
probably
whatever your
step
roles
into-
would be observation wise,
Yeah.
and add all sorts of danger shit to it.
Oh my Jeebus. I'll succeed. I'll take a success.
Yeah.
While I'm standing in the doorway that I just shoved open.
Make a mobility roll for me really quick.
That was
Okay.
me standing behind him.
Yeah. And then Pike, because you went full on into the room.
Holy shit, all the way to 9. All right.
Yeah, let's see. What does that do? What do you got in your inventory that I could take?
Basically, there's almost nothing that I can drop.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. There's one. I'm gonna put it in your footlocker. Put it in your footlocker? Your Seaburn D? Okay, you know what?
I'll put it up. Okay, there we go.
There you go. Yeah, your Seaburn. You don't know this, but you just lost your Seaburn kit.
Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't using it anyways, so I have no idea.
It's fine. No, the first thing you notice as you walk in, and I feel like you definitely put some hard effort getting that door open, but it doesn't grate. It's not sticky. You're able to catch yourself in time with 2 successes on your mobility roll. You walk in, and this room, the bit that you could see is covered. I'm just gonna tell you, it's a xenomorph shit. Not shit, but like xenomorph. You know how they start taking over the walls
yeah.
and that stuff. And
We've seen
on the
that
floor in front of you is just probably a couple dozen eggs, maybe more. And in the far end that you can't quite fully see may or may not be a familiar form currently sleeping.
Okay.
And it's one of the big ones. Definitely
just
a big one.
I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna stand very still. And I'm gonna pan across with the smart
Hold
gun
on,
to see if
before you
anything.
before you do that, because Octavia scored multiple observations or multiple successes, you may ask questions relating to your stunts.
Me?
Yes. You
Okay.
did better on observation than he did. Probably because he was too busy making sure he's like, oh, wait, don't slam the door, don't slam the door.
Do they notice me?
They do not.
Do I think there's a bunch of them in there?
You do.
Can I very, very quietly reach past him and slowly creak the door closed? I'll slowly.
I mean, you already said that I had to go full pike to shove these doors open and close.
I want to point out this one did not.
Close it.
This door did not give you as much resistance as the other ones, and you were able to do it quietly because otherwise you'd be dead right now. So I will say Octavia can make a mobility roll to see if she can close that door without making too much fuss.
Can I use my stealthy on it because I'm trying to be quiet?
Yes, absolutely.
And 2. Roll.
Door closes.
A success is a success. I will
The
take
door
it.
closes, and I imagine for a moment you're like, you freeze as soon as you close the door, and you're like, please God, don't let them hear me. Please God, don't let them hear me. And you're like, I don't hear anything. Hear anything? Okay.
I make the gang sign of strategic retreat.
Yeah, the gang sign for strategic retreat. Yeah. Let me double check my notes one last time to make sure I'm not screwing something up here. Let's see. Yeah, so you note that there were indeed multiple xenomorphs. You didn't get a solid count because you didn't ask for how many. You just said, are there? I think.
It's like, is there a bunch of them in there?
Yeah, that was the question. Yeah, so there was definitely a bunch. You didn't get a solid count. I think what happened is you got to 3 and you're like,
Dude,
nope,
I'm
out.
tiny standing behind Pike. I can probably get the impression that there's more than one.
Oh yeah, you definitely get that. You probably counted like 2 or 3, and you're like, yeah, that's more than enough for us to get the fuck out of here. They did appear to be dormant or at the very least resting, sleeping, and not necessarily on guard or active at the moment. So you probably would have the notion of like, as long as you don't make a lot of noise on the way out of here, you'll probably get away and be okay and call for help or get the fuck off this planet. Whatever the case might be.
Kill it with fire, which includes very large nukes. Okay,
The only way to be sure.
Very, very quietly.
I will need mobility tests.
GTFO.
So determine where you want to go.
I'm walking like right on back out the way we came. Not even like exploring.
Okay. All right,
Do you need me to like walk every single path?
No. I'm gonna move Pike to where you are, and then between the two of you guys.
Oh, okay.
I think we both tried to move at the same time.
Pike doesn't want to leave.
Oh, okay.
Well, I make the gang sign of like, let's retreat out of here, back to at least to the door, and then, to like the where it says first says raised walkway, so we have some good distance between us before we try, whispering. Also, you have to move us back inside the walls because I can't.
See.
Yeah. So like I say we go back out to that very first door that you kicked in.
Yep.
Like, so like when we first came down the spiral staircase.
All right.
Down to like here.
Yeah.
So Pike is gonna follow, but he looks very angry.
Okay. I very quietly whisper to Pike. I don't think we have enough body arms and big guns for this.
We can't just leave them there.
I know, But what we can do is we can go back up, call, and then get the rest of our Marines down here to help us with it. We don't have to take it on just the two of us.
Like, if we get, if the ship lands here, so we can get more of the crew involved in this, that means that the ship isn't safe anymore. Everybody gets to die. Those things can get on the ship. The whole thing is fucked.
Okay, so this is such a huge facility. Maybe we'll get lucky and find a power plant that we can rig to blow up so it just self-implodes.
There is a power plant we can rig to explode.
Yes,
On the
yes,
way
I
here.
agree. I mean, yeah, we can
Don't
tell
mind
them
me
to rig it to
snickering over here.
explode, and then they can just land it straight down this tunnel, and once it lands, it could just blow the fuck up.
There's no way we're gonna get there's no way we're gonna be able to convince. Like, let's get back to what you said earlier.
Let's see if they have their own power. Like, let's see if whatever ancient people built this place has a power plant, because I bet obviously they have a way to make all these places lit up.
Yeah, do you think
'Cause, I
they're
mean-
gonna understand weird alien mechanics to turn on their generators? Well, what if they don't even use generators?
Ah, fuck. Maybe they have. Maybe we can find stuff that looks like explosives. I don't know. Do you, but like legitimately, do you want to try to go back to that room and then wipe them out all at once?
I mean, there's so that door,
Also,
right?
we don't
Like,
know if there's other rooms with them hiding in it, so I think we should at least try to scout out to see if we're gonna get ganked when we start lighting up the first group.
we can check to see if there's any other chambers in there at least.
Yeah.
All right. Before we move on,
This is far enough. We had to back out just so we can talk quietly without,
Mhm.
you know,
But I do not
triggering
want
things.
I do not want the island to land here. That thing's gonna make a shitload of noise. If those things wake up for any other reason, they get on the ship, all of those people die, the colony ship drops stuff off, they're gonna investigate, they all die.
They're all gonna die. I pull out my PDAT and see if I can push a signal up to the relay we left in the main area and then up to the surface where the ATV is.
um,
I'm not talking for a lot of information. I'm talking the equivalent of Morse code of
yeah,
fuck off and don't come down here.
yeah. I think the problem you run into is there's a lot of concrete and shit between where you are and where that relay repeater is. A lot of concrete and dirt, and so you're getting like a it's like if you had any less of a signal, you would not have a signal between you and that.
But I honestly just need the Morse code equivalent of fuck off and don't come here.
Sure. Me communications -4. Or Comtech rather. Whatever the fuck it's called. -4.
Okay.
You could just send like death over and over and over.
Death, 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 death. Suddenly it becomes a wonderful beat. Ooh, a tremble and Winston in your voice going, you think that's gonna work? That's funny. You're not gonna penetrate this shit. On the other hand, let's go to Warren. Aboard the ship. Warren, it's been a few hours since we last checked in with you. You have made it up with the science boat. It is docked. You've changed your orbital inclination so that you can cross over where the other ground team is. You've begun your descent. And as your ship touches down in this area where you presume is not a bad idea to set up a colony, or what you believe Gaius wants to specifically set up the area Gaius wants specifically for this colony, you receive a message. It is Gaius.
Beep.
Captain Warren.
Matthew Warren here.
Captain Warren, we are in orbit. Are you
Yes.
prepared to receive the atmospheric processing station so we can begin colonization of this?
We are currently touching down on the spot that I mentioned earlier. Can we delay for
I'll give you 1 hour.
2 hours.
I will give you 1 hour. That will allow us time to finalize our orbit, and you finish doing whatever it is you're going to do. Be quick. Governor Abantu is excited to get this process underway.
Got it. Thank you.
Beep boop.
Beep boop.
And then about this time, you receive the repeated message from the ground, and that message says, Octavia,
Um,
I'll tell you what, here's what we'll do. You
So-
say what the message says, and I'll say what he gets.
abort Xenos. And just says abort Xenos, abort Xenos, abort Xenos, abort Xenos.
You get Ort Os, Ort Os, Ort Os, Ort Os, and it's really scratchy.
Ortos.
Hey, I'm not even talking here.
Yeah,
I'm using
you-
Morse code.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I'm not actually speaking here. I
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
the signal was bad. I'm doing Morse code,
You are
which
getting
should have
Mm.
a better chance of getting through.
the letters you get are Ortos, except it doesn't have the letter E. And there's a break. Like some of the gaps are really weird. There's clearly letters missing.
Over time, we'd get the whole message.
I think
but
it would
by
take
then we
it
would
would
be.
it's really rough and sketchy how you're getting it.
Yeah.
It's
But like deciphering it would be like, okay, so over time you'd be like,
Yeah,
okay,
it would
so
take-
oh,
yeah, I
this
think that's
now
what it
is
is.
the E
It-
here.
you let the repeater
But, like, we
run
don't
long
have
enough, you
that
get
time.
all of it. But the time it takes to decipher what you're getting and figuring out the final message is probably like another hour.
Okay.
And of course, you've got Gaius breathing down your neck in the way that only androids can do.
Alita. Yes. Break out the guns. We're going in. Since we don't know where they are, and all I'm getting is a jumbled up message. That makes sense, Captain.
Oh, I want to let me be clear. What I just heard you say was jumble butt message, not jumbled up. I apologize.
Okay. So she goes, I guess, and unlocks some of the weapons that we have that are old Kalishnikovs, I would imagine, and I guess we're gonna try to go down there.
Yeah, I think you got. Well, first you guys have something like the equivalent of a crate of whatever preceded the M4 Alpha, whatever the gun was that you guys had as Marines.
Yeah.
You have the, in our modern era, you have instead of the M4, you have the M16. Just basically the same thing, except the M4 is shorter, significantly.
Now, my reasoning for this is that Morse code would mean probably something bad is going on. Otherwise, I'd be getting a real message, or no message at all. And no message would be a good message.
I think what you get is Emily, who happens to kind of poke her head in at some point while this process is going on, and she's like, Morse code? That's weird. Well, you did say, didn't you say they were going like deep underground or something? They're probably having a shitty signal, so they're just trying to get out the easiest message they can get out that would make sense for us. Toes or toes? Oh! Or Xenos? And then like 20 minutes later, she figures it out.
By then, I'm already gone. So
Yeah. By this point, you've already got Alita unlocking the weapon cages, and
Yeah.
we got a
Look,
hot fuzz
I-
moment where we're like, shame, click.
Pike is Pike is going back in.
Yeah. I mean, I go back in too after I set up the repeater signal.
Okay.
Actually, I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
Would I know that the signal would be better if I jogged back towards the middle silo?
Yes, you would.
I look at Kane and it's like, hey, I think this is worth the time to jog back and tell them to fuck off, and then we go kill them.
We did make some noise, so why don't you head back and make that signal? Try to get them to wave off. And then you can come back here and meet me, and I'll just make sure that nothing's gonna follow us here.
Mhm. And I give you the side eye and say, I want you to wait for me before you go in that room so we can go in both guns blazing. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay, I do want to point out one thing. The two of you can make a stress-free observation roll. We're going to call this intuitive deduction.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes from your military background of having done significant amounts of land navigation, especially Pike.
Whoops.
Don't worry about the stress. Clear that
Oops.
that specific
I'm
stress
not sure how to
condition.
get it to
Yeah.
roll without
I
stress.
think doesn't it give you the option to click whether you're gonna roll with stress or not? Or am I crazy?
No, that's just for your stats.
Okay.
Mm.
So,
Regardless,
I mean, I guess you could do a stress
Wait.
modifier of minus your stress.
yeah, you probably. Regardless, you got between the two of you, you've got a couple of successes.
There. That's what I had to do the stress modifier.
Yeah. You get the impression that based on what you have observed so far, the distances and the directions that you have gone, you haven't done anything. It hasn't been terribly crazy overall, so that we feel like you've gotten turned around and confused as to which way is north, south, east, and west, despite the fact that our map is sideways. You get the impression that it's entirely likely that if you go through this door, which I am going to say is open, despite it previously being closed, that the passageway beyond that probably maybe leads to that underlayer.
Yeah, the bottom chamber.
Yep. Just based on like how far this way you went at one point, and then you went down a few hundred feet, and then you came back this way, and then back up around, and then you came back again. Like you're not 100% sure, and of course you need to test this, but you feel reasonably it makes a reasonable amount of sense that might be the case. Unless, of course, that the designers of this place decided to put a fucking Starbucks in here instead of leading back to wherever.
I'm not dumb enough to take that suggestion. I would rather go back down the path that I know where it goes.
Listen,
I've learned my
go with
lesson.
what you know is absolutely a fair, safe bet. There's no argument there. I'm not trying to fuck with you. I just wanted to point
So,
out that you probably would know
so
that. Or
I
think
go
that.
up. So basically, I get him to promise to wait for me to, and then once I get up the stairs and I get far enough away, I fucking run down that like
Give me a
500-meter
mobility
hallway
test.
and book it.
Your mobility test. Make sure you have your stress in there. If you have any modifiers for moving through dark, not dense, restrictive terrain, this Pike just fucks with them.
No,
Yeah.
I don't have anything in particular that
Is
deals
Pike
with it.
not waiting for her? Is that what I'm getting
Oh.
here?
Oh, he's going back in.
Oh, look at that. Westcott dropped something. Let's see, what do we got in here?
I will tell you right now, she is not dropping that P dot. She has a death grip on it.
Sure.
Have fun with the others.
Why can't I move your shit? Am I doing this
I
wrong?
don't know.
Just right click on the
there we go.
box.
I was right clicking on the words and not on the little icon. That's what the problem is. All right. Your item is now inactive section. So you don't. Pike. Oh, sorry. You did succeed. You have Winston all up in your shit the whole way, though. Sometimes he's pointing out obstacles, and sometimes he's just laughing at you and saying, "Wouldn't it be funny if you just biffed it right here?" And he's just
I
otherwise being
basically
a
run
nuisance.
down to the point where I can have signal back up through the relay that goes up to the ATV,
Mhm.
and I send the abort mission signal.
Captain Warren, about an hour. I think at this point you're about ready to roll out with whoever you're going to roll out with whatever they're going to take with them. And you get an update from Dudge, who is sitting up on the flight deck. He says, probably got a Russian accent, just bear with me. Captain, new message from ground team. That was a really...
Yes,
excellent.
Dudge.
It said something about Zito's something bad, very, very bad. Death, death, death. She used the word death several times.
She used the word Xeno?
several times.
And what is the whole actual message?
Yes, what is the whole actual message, Verdance?
The whole actual message is abort planned landing, live Xenos found, abort landing, abort mission, live Xenos found.
And also lots of like
A full nest of Xenos found underground. Please abort mission, abort all landings. Full nest of Xenos found underground.
I guess it's
No colonies here. Please nuke from space.
please nuke
and
from
then
space.
and then I want to
Consider,
imagine
please.
just
Yeah. No colonies here. We need to nuke it from space.
and I imagine she uses the word death many times.
Yeah, I'm literally running and putting it on repeat. So it's like hard breathing, a short sentence, hard breathing, short sentence, and she records it. So when she gets to the middle, she basically just chucks the P data into the room so it keeps repeating and books it back down that hallway because she knows fucking Pike is a psycho.
Which is the worst part. Okay. So I have to
Because
basically just decide if I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I basically have to decide whether I just jump ship with Alita, which she'll follow.
Pike is feeling very Muldoon right now.
I know what your agenda is, and I'm running back to try to stop you from doing it.
Yeah, sadly, you had a lot further to go than I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
But
worry,
she
it's gonna get
also
interesting in a moment. Just give me a second or two to finish setting this up. Hopefully, I'm doing this in such a way that Pike can't see what I'm doing, because of his visibility options. So this might be. It's gonna be.
Well, so here's something interesting for you to consider. The motion tracker, it does not use it's the smart gun, part of the aiming bonus that it has is that it auto locates moving objects that do not display IFF to basically like help force aim the gun or provide targets. So stuff is moving in that room when he's just like pointing the gun in the room. Like he'll see all of the movement register on things that he can aim at and shoot at that he can't see because it is the smart gun instead of the DMR. So he might get to the point where he's like, oh, that's a lot of things moving.
I guess the question here is to the players is you want Pike and Octavia to deal with this, and then Matt just leaves.
Okay, so player perspective and then character perspective, right?
Yeah.
Player perspective, I play my characters hard. So
yeah,
if Pike gets himself killed, like I have no bad feels about that because Pike is retarded and I'm just playing Pike as I can. I would like it if Pike didn't die because I really like playing Pike, but at the same time, like he's kind of trying to be dead right now, I guess.
And as a point of reference, I have seen Kane do this with 3 separate characters in single camp. 2 of them ended up dying because he stuck to his guns about playing his characters meant to be played.
Which is fine.
Yes.
Pike as a character, he's 100% expecting that this fucking colossal atmospheric processor is going to slam into the ground in minor quake and wake these things up. And he's hoping that he can choke point this door and be the bastion that gives Westcott enough time to get the fuck off this planet before
which she's not coming off this planet.
Yeah. So
no, she literally does not expect to survive because she just told you that there are Xenos down here. There's an entire nest of them. That the colony in landing needs to be aborted. Because colony ships and stuff do not have enough weaponry and marines to come down here and take it from him. I mean, I literally gave you as chunk of as much information as I could, chucked my PDAT in there into the main, cylinder on repeat, and then went tearing back.
As far as Matt's concerned, his crew is definitely important and needs to survive, and they're on the ship right now. But he also decided that half of his crew and all that is currently down in a mine doing some ungodly bullshit. So he's not gonna be fine leaving you guys down there. And I think it's one of those things where he's gonna want to jump ship, and then Alita's gonna follow. And I think it's as much as that's gonna be, it's gonna be pretty logical for me.
Hmm.
Makes sense.
I can't wait to see Tam taking over as temporary captain, arguing the
Oh my
with
God.
Gaius
If
on
you're
our
gonna get
behalf.
anyone to argue with Gaius, it needs to be Tam
It's
and Gaius
Tam.
having a regulation duel to try to stop the
Yeah.
landing because of a quarantine.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. So
And
I wanna do one thing, and this will probably determine whether we go for a few more minutes or if we go for several more minutes. Um,
okay.
but I want to say this, Pike. You came up. I'm gonna move your character. You came up on this side of the display floor,
Yes.
and you noticed this. Let's call it. There's a bit of a rampway here, right? That
Yeah.
leads down to the central floor. There is. You could see it. It's a little bit difficult to make out in the darkness and everything, but you do have your scopes and all that stuff. You see an ornate array of machinery and equipment designed in the shape of an orrery. I don't know what exactly an orrery is. So basically, there's a central column and there are some seats
Think
around it.
giant spinny thing with planets on it
Yes. It
and
has,
stars and stuff.
yep, dark metallic arms sporting globe after globe in a complex arrangement representing star
Something.
systems, maybe different planets. There are a few seats that allow people to sit at the controls. Each seat with a vertical or transverse flute. Uh, Basically, it's a wild, weird contraption that if you take a look at it, instead of going on what may be a murder spree, have this moment to make that choice.
Well, if there's seats there, then maybe there's something there that he can use to blow this place up.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I mean, he's keeping the smart gun pointed in this direction,
Sure, sure.
and he's gonna work his way over to a seat.
Okay. Can you give me an observation roll? The purpose of this roll is to try to determine how to work these controls in order to do whatever it is these controls are meant to do.
All right, so he's getting up to there, and he's like, okay, like, I'm expecting that this is I'm picking my Alamo here.
Mm-hmm.
So he looks at these controls and he's like, this is too important to fuck around. And he's gonna reach into a cargo pocket, pull out a nap relief and inject himself.
Okay. That dumps all your stress, am I right?
Yep.
Okay. And it clears any panic conditions you correct?
Nope.
Oh, so the panic condition, I don't think you have any at the moment, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, because I got that drop item, so
Ah, yes.
yeah.
But it
so,
does clear your stress back to 0, so that is helpful in that.
Yeah. Just means that if I make a panic roll, I'm probably going berserk and staying down here till I die. So
Oh God.
uh
I totally forgot about the berserk rule. Oh my God.
yeah.
Okay, you got 2 successes. You are capable of determining that if you basically figure out a way to play multiple flutes in sequence, it looks like it's meant to be played at the same time, but it seems like you might be able to figure out a way to do multiple flutes in sequence. If you happen to hit the right notes, you might be able to get something to happen. It also looks like there's a handful of different levers and buttons and knobs and things of that nature that more or less control, let's say, it helps control some of the airflow being introduced to the individual flutes so that you can change some of the tone.
Oh, so I'm basically sitting at an alien pipe organ right now.
Yeah, something like that.
I got levers instead of keys. Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, as a player, we know the engineers had a lot of music incorporated into basically everything.
Right.
Your characters don't know that, but that's what you're being slowly introduced to, especially since in the previous campaign, we didn't get a lot of engineer music.
No, but he did see the bone flute before.
Mm-hmm. You are aware of, to some extent, that music is a thing for some of these alien cultures. You're just not sure what that means outside of music is fun.
All right. He's gonna check his weapons.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna go ahead and have a seat,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna have the smart gun. So like with one hand, he's holding onto the front handle so we can lower it,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna put the rear handle with the trigger on one thigh so that he's got it stable.
Okay.
Because he knows this is gonna attract attention, and he's gonna he wants to be able to at least die like a fighter. And he's gonna try. He's gonna try and see if he can find a way to turn the stuff on and
Okay.
maybe make something happen here to save everybody.
All right. It'd be really cool if we had a skill for performance. Let's do
Ballooning?
mobility though. I feel like with the way I've described it, that you're gonna have a certain amount of moving around and maneuvering in order to get this to function in the way that you think it might function, to do whatever it is. Maybe it will cause a nuclear reaction or whatever you're trying.
Okay. Okay. All right.
2 successes. Your eyes are assaulted by the sudden blue glare as glowing hieroglyphs flood the air before and around you, spinning and swirling, dazzling your mind and your vision. Around these arise tall figures, human but not human, chiseled as an ancient statue but graceful as a ballet dancer. You watch as they take up their instruments and play a hypnotic tune and wonder as a horseshoe shaped vessel rises from the floor, spinning upwards and away, followed by another and another. Eventually, the music stops, figures laying aside their instruments to watch as one last image of a vast spinning structure before a beautiful, beclouded planet slowly fades into. Now, this uh, holographic display, we all know what this is, players.
Right.
Pike is probably a bit stunned, surprised, shocked, and maybe even a little bit of disappointed because there's no countdown starting right. It is something confusing, and it repeats once or twice, and there is definitely music. It's kind of loud, but it's not like it's loud in the fact that this area may have been constructed in order to amplify music. You know how like old school cathedrals were built specifically
Yeah.
to enhance or to use the acoustics to enhance what's being said or the music. And you're getting that feeling here, even though your character may not necessarily understand that. What happens, however, as the music finally begins to fade, is that door over yonder
I was
is
ready for this.
creeping open,
I was
and
ready for this. I got motion track on the smart gun.
yeah,
I got my headset. I'm looking right over there.
and so you see this thing kind of popping out. It's definitely got. I don't know if you can actually see that. Nope, you can't.
Nope.
But your motion detector does, and you have it set to begin firing.
I mean, I have to pull the stud to fire,
Okay.
but I intentionally position myself, being like, okay, I'm gonna hit buttons. If I get a positive reaction here, it's probably gonna make noises. I mean, you push buttons on a starship, it gives you like soft
Beep, boop,
beeping
beep.
noises and shit. So he pre-positioned so that when that door started to open, he was gonna try to choke point the door and just start shooting into the doorway.
Make your first attack roll.
He
'Cause
lays down
otherwise-
a lot of fire.
Because otherwise they're just gonna come out and kill me anyways.
Mhm.
So all right, let's see.
Do all the damage.
Yeah, let's hope. Yeah, we're gonna push that. I'm berserking because that's what Pike does.
Oh, okay.
Panic level 11, you begin berserking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's gonna be. So he's because I rolled the face hugger. He's going to fire the entire belt to try to suppress the door
Mm-hmm.
and deal 10 armor piercing damage to whatever was motion tracking.
You hear the gun, right? It's loud as fuck. The gun roars, and something inside you says, "Oh hell no! I was ready for this. This is my moment." And you dump the full magazine, belt, whatever, and all you hear is the gun. You can barely make out over the sound of the gun going off the impact sounds of bullets striking leathery chitinous armor, sounds that might be familiar to you. You also hear, absolutely, you've heard this sound before, the xenomorph screech as it is just eviscerated by a hail of gunfire. And then you hear a second one screeching as well, as it also is absolutely wrecked by your unrelenting burst. Actually, it's not even a burst, your unrelenting spray of machine gun fire. And then your gun, I think, doesn't the smart gun, similar to like a Gatling gun, doesn't it continue working even though there's no bullets firing? You
No,
get like a whirring sound.
No, I'm just it's just gonna lock the bolt.
Okay. Because I was thinking, of course, like that Gatling gun that Jesse Ventura used in
It
The
just
Predator. Yeah.
after like he's just shell shocked, he just
Yeah.
dumped all of his buddy's ammo. Yeah.
And in that moment, there's about 30 seconds of absolute quiet.
Now, I'm berserking. I know my gun's out. We got the 30 seconds, and it's probably just like after that, all the loud noises is just echoed in there, and then there's just the sound of just like clipping as I'm just dumping the harness and just dropping the gun on the ground. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that smart gun and put it to locker, and it's probably gonna get abandoned down here.
Sure. God damn it. And in the time it takes, so basically you're dumping the harness, dumping the gun, and probably switching to another weapon. And in that time, as the 30 seconds expires, you hear more. At first, they're inquisitive screeches. I don't know if that makes any sense. I want to imagine these animals have some sort of, what was that? Nani? But in xenomorph screech, right? And more of them are stirring and starting to, let's say, appear. They begin making their way out door and get about there before you are finally able to start doing something. And when we return next week, we'll see just how long Pike survives. So I think you can. Oh, you can't see that! Amazing! You hear the cheery little chitinous feet.
Yeah.
Yep, you hear the movement. You definitely hear the querying, shrieking sounds, and there's a lot of them. Here, let me. No, you know what? I'm gonna save that for next week. I'm gonna save it for next week. Nobody but me knows how many you're facing. Let's talk experience points, my friend. Obviously, you get one for participation. Mike, this might be your last time getting experience. That's all I'm gonna say, brother.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, I write my characters hard, and I'm doing this to save Westcott.
Yeah, no. Listen, I gave you the opportunity. I want to be clear. First, I wanted you to have the chance to see the clue that was right. Because more than likely what was about to happen is you were about to go into this room and just get annihilated. You may or may not have taken one or two of them with you. But I wanted to give you the chance to at least know what this fight was for, besides obvious, Octavia and the rest of the colony and everything else. It's not looking good, but you're playing perfectly to character, so otherwise I am not going to do like, you know what, I'm the GM, I can do this, I can do that. I don't want everything. No. This fits everything right now. This is Pike's redemption arc. He's either going to die or survive, but in either way, he's going to be redeemed. That said, yes, 1 point for participation. Pike absolutely risking or sacrificing something for his personal agenda. 1,000,000,000,000% yes. Everybody else, I need your arguments, please. Okay. Risk your life for your buddy. Is Westcott your buddy?
Octavia is my buddy, and
Okay.
I
Another one.
as soon as I had the offer, like I knew Pike knew that we weren't going to get good signal, and she was going to have to leave,
Yeah.
and that's when he was going to save her life.
Yep. Anybody else? Risking
Westcott
your
is
She
lives?
knew-
super
And
angry
she
about
knew
this.
it too. She
Yeah.
knew it.
Yeah.
She knew this
She's
was
like,
going
you
to
better
happen."
be here when I get back. I absolutely will be here when you get back.
She is so mad, and she's going to be so upset, and your new character is going to have to deal with a morose, depressed Westcott even more than she already is.
Hey, he's not dead yet.
I was just gonna say, listen, there's been times when I thought the characters were gonna die, and then nothing fucking happens except
Right.
me having a bunch of bad rolls.
Now, I do want to remind the group that there was the time where he jammed 2 fingers into his own neck to hold his own carotid so he didn't die. And there's also the time that he punched a queen to death.
Yes.
So
If
Let's see.
someone can do it, it's you.
There-
and that
yeah.
door is not queen sized.
You challenge or stand up to your rivals. I don't think we had any rival challenge.
I don't have a rifle.
We did have a couple panic rolls, Octavia and Pike. This was a very Octavia Pike centric episode. Fortunately. Sorry, Luke. Once again. Sorry, man.
You're about to embark on a desperate rescue though, so
You are. You absolutely are. Did you overcome a dangerous event? Yes, but it's not so much
Haven't
he hasn't
overcome it
overcome it yet. More about he just started the
I
dangerous event.
wanna argue that he protected himself from a stealthy ambush with good planning. And that is a dangerous event that he overcame.
Okay, I'll give you that one. You might have gotten snuffed out by those 2 Xenos that popped out that you absolutely wrecked, even though you couldn't quite fully make them out. Significant discovery or revelation. So far, only Pike knows about this holographic display of ships leaving from this place to never return.
I would like to argue that Octavia also got significant discoveries because we both found those Easter Island heads with the xenomorph inscriptions
And
or whatever.
you
on
told
them.
her, at least to some extent, about the experimentation and the remnants thereof. So, yes, Westcott can take that. That does make sense.
And I would like to argue that the captain gets it because he got a message saying that there are live Xenos in a full nest on the planet.
That's also fair.
And by extension, Alita.
Because
you
I
guys are
shared this
announcing
information with
event for
everybody.
No. But just like us two are like, okay, cool, armory.
That's fair. That checks out too. Oh, so we're gonna go play with guns now. Yeah, we're gonna go play with guns now. Give me one quick second.
We might be rescuing Pike.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, let's see. Significant discovery, extraordinary actions. Pike, maybe?
I managed to do a musical puzzle.
You did. I
did a brain thing.
You did. And arguably I gave you a little bit of that, but I kind of needed that for the story. So, but I made it in a way that made sense.
He did a brain thing. I feel like that's exceptional.
That's definitely an extraordinary thing, that Pike doing a brain thing, anything.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Westcott? You know what? Octavia could take one for this too, just because of her. I don't want to downplay it, but like basically the comms tech, getting back and forth, getting that signal out. It was a little bit of a challenge.
It's one of those things. She is down here without a gun.
Yeah,
let me point that out.
I thought I
She was
gave
down
you a
here-
gun.
I don't have it on my sheet, so I don't remember if you did.
I'm pretty sure I gave you a gun.
Oh, are we talking the Armat?
Because remember the whole premise of us going out here in the first place was because I promised I was going to take you on a hunting trip.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's
I
probably
gave you a
the
gun.
only thing.
Yeah, you got the
problem is I
M42
only
scope
have your
rifle.
Armat on me, which I think is your sniper.
The scope rifle? Yeah.
Well, then we might have forgotten to put it on there, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I gave you a gun so we could go on a
Westcott
hunting
has
trip.
it's in your inactive.
No, I don't.
I'm looking
He's
at your.
saying he gave me something other than the Armat.
Oh,
Yeah, because I have that rifle. That's my
His
sniper.
Armat is in his hands right now.
that makes. So what do you need then? What weapon do you need?
She needs an M37A2 pump action shotgun and 2 reloads.
Why am I not finding this shotgun?
I don't know.
What is it? It's an M37.
No M. Just 37A2.
Ah, yes, there we go. Two reloads. There we go. Inactive. Whoops. Gave you the wrong. There you go.
Mhm.
It is in your inactive, so you can move it around. What else? What else? What else? What else? That's it, because you guys haven't gotten paid yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be a scary next session.
Yes, it is. Well,
I'm gonna go
somebody.
ahead and spend 5 points.
I'm gonna add ranged combat right now.
No, I'm adding close combat because I'm berserking. I'm probably gonna shoot my rifle and run out of ammo.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be fist fighting these xenomorphs at some point, and I would like to win that.
Do you get
Look,
until you get spigoted by a tail spike?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to be very particular about what I try to block and what I don't. I'm gonna have to accept getting hit by some stuff.
We'll see how it goes.
yeah.
I'm curious. Also, I remember there were being Xenos down here. I didn't think you guys would find them tonight. So, but you kept pressing on, and I was like, I'm gonna let him keep going, and I'm just gonna kind of pace out the whole Gaius arrival thing.
So the Pike probably would have gotten bored and not been like so focused on exploring if we didn't find those statues with the xenomorph depictions on the heads. At that point, he was like, "Well, we have to now.
Yeah.
We have to make sure there's none here because
Yeah.
otherwise, Wayland Yutani, just like you said, are too stupid, and they'll land people here, and they'll all die."
Yep. No.
We know we gotta get rid of. We have to see if there's any to get rid of, and Pike is like, "This is it. Like, I have to get rid of these things."
That checks out. Definitely checks out. Let's do some feedback and outros. Otherwise, starting with Rodance, what do you got for us?
I am going to have a very, very upset character. Because either she's going to walk in and find him dead, and then she's going to try to mow some Xenos down and then die. Or she's going to walk in and find that he is alive and kill Xenos without waiting for me. There is not a good option next week.
No, it's gonna be interesting. And then we've got the rescue team that may or may not find 1 to 2 dead characters down in the depths of this place. Who, by the way, they don't know where they're going. They don't know where to go yet. Other than go that way and go down.
They got
Hey,
a
look at it this way. I have
they
to
got a
leave.
1 in
I
3
might.
chance at even starting to go down the right direction.
Do I have that trait that lets me pull out a random item out of my gear?
hidden stash.
Cool. I need to make a check for the hidden stash real quick.
Oh, to see if you can acquire that skill or trait, whatever.
Cool. Put hidden stash on my sheet, please.
Are you gonna
Yeah,
just have
so
like a
what I'm gonna
thermonuclear
do-
weapon?
Because I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to pull a pocket nuke out of my pocket.
Oh.
I actually pull out a fucking spray can and spray can the fucking route I'm running in glowing paint.
I think we can argue that once the rescue team makes it to y'all's location or the
I'm not spray canning this for myself, man.
Well, no, hear me out. Hear me out. I think we can argue that once the Warren and whoever else gets to this depression that you guys started in, you see where the rope leads down. And once they get down there, they can at least figure out if we go down this way or if we go down that way, we can get to ultimately where they were. So it's not a total.
So there's a couple of things, right? First, the truck is transmitting.
Yeah.
So they can go straight to the truck, and from the truck they'll see the hole, and they go to the hole, they'll see the anchor and the rope. They can go down.
Yeah.
Once they go down, they'll see the hidden stash spray paint, and they can go, that's doesn't look like the rest of this. Let's look at that. There's a fucking arrow on the ground. Who put an arrow on the ground? And just go down that direction.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this will be interesting for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. Well, I'll wait for Kane to say his bit. Rodan, do you have anything else?
It's gonna be next week is gonna be fascinating.
Definitely gonna be something. Luke, what do you got?
Ah,
I feel bad.
he might be the last one.
We keep having multiple sessions of where Warren really doesn't have a whole lot going on, or even Alita for that matter. But unfortunately, it just keeps coming up that way. And
So part of the problem is Captain on ship,
yeah,
and
Yeah,
Pike
yeah.
keeps volunteering to be like, I'll just go scout stuff because he's trying to find
Yeah.
danger
Be
before everybody
useful
else
and-
does.
Yeah.
So the dynamic is kind of working against that. Although that probably drastically change if Pike dies,
it will definitely change.
Yeah.
because then I'll be playing somebody who sucks at everything that Pike used to be good at, and I will be doing none of this again.
So one of the things that I was thinking of doing was to not sunset Matthew, but make him so that he'd be kind of like an NPC, and then I would main as Alita.
Absolutely.
But like, I don't know if it's late for that or whatever.
No. I think we could start doing that whenever you're ready. Just
Well, I mean,
make
here's
Alita
the-
your main, and then Warren comes up whenever we need Captain Warren to do Captain Warren things.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say like they're both your character, and you
Yeah.
can play them both in whatever ratio you want to. If you want Matt
Yeah.
to be like, all right, Alita, go take care of my problem for me,
Yeah.
and spend most of your time as Alita, I don't think that
Absolutely.
means giving up Matt at all. It's just
No, I'm not gonna like give him
con-
up like, but
Yeah.
like sunsetting him in the sense that like I can just put him on a side burner and be like, okay, cool. So he's captaining stuff, and he doesn't necessarily have to come in and like do the saving or do the this or do the that. But separating the team has made set pieces be hard to play.
Yeah.
I
I think
part
moving
of it
forward-
is,
Go ahead.
like Matt has been tethered to the ship for a lot of stuff, but Alita
Mhm.
hasn't been. Alita also has been doing a lot of idle animations in the cafeteria instead of
Yeah.
like aggressively pushing to get off the ship.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems. I did put her in a couple positions that I'd hope would actually have stuff to do, but sometimes it just kind of comes off floundery.
Yeah, well, like this particular mission is a good example of putting her in a spot where you think she's going to be useful or doing things or getting screen time, and then because the nature of where these two went being the actual meat and potatoes, she's out there doing, instead of doing idle animations in the cafeteria, she's doing idle animations on the random part of the planet,
Mhm.
looking for resources. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Now I think moving forward, I think as a group, you guys can kind of think of like, okay, if Pike and Westcott doing this, then Alita probably should too, just to give you playtime, so to speak. And then again,
Yeah.
Warren just does whatever Warren does. He'll get some airtime regardless because he's the captain.
He'll either like do a switch shot and kill a giant thing again with a pistol, or he'll just do whatever.
The giant
Yeah.
tardigrade.
Yeah, the giant tardigrade, the harvester. That's what it was
Yeah,
called.
the harvester.
The harvester, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. I think we should, as a group, try to focus more with Alita as your main, and then having
Mhm.
Warren as your buddy or companion or whatever. What is only war called? It's companion, isn't it?
It's buddy. It's your buddy.
Yeah, your buddy. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Kane, what do you got?
I'm not writing off Pike quite yet. I also can't see any further than this.
Yeah. You don't know
Um,
what's up there, and I thought about giving you the range or putting him in sight, but I was like, no, let's save that for next week. You'll see what it is next week.
So there's a few things that I'm gonna take some comfort in. The first is the size of that door.
Yes.
So I'm not worried about a charger. I'm not worried about a queen. I'm not worried about a Praetorian because none of them fit through that door. So, so there's that. Um, so yeah, I mean, you saw like 3 things and a big one in there, but the big one's not going to be able to get out. So now you stopped at 3. There could have been like 10 in there for all I fucking know. I can't punch 10 of them. That's definitely a dead pipe. Um but yeah, I'm gonna have to be very careful about what I block, except that I'm gonna get hit a lot and just try to block the like insta kills. And see if Pike can live up to his own hype, or if he dies in the way that he kind of wants to for his agenda.
Hmm.
He's certainly not going to give up because that's not his nature. But I'm not writing him off yet. He has done some truly ridiculous shit when the dice allows him to.
That he has.
I've also got lots of really fun ideas for if he does die, so I'm not going to be like.
Are you gonna take over Tan?
I'm still thinking. I'm still like 60%. I'd like to play Tam.
Okay.
60's not enough though.
That's hilarious.
Because I just think it'd be really because Tam is like there's nothing about Pike that'll come out in Tam, and I think that would be really funny.
I think it would
To
be
just
interesting
play
to
the
watch you
bureaucrat.
play a paper pusher all of a sudden too.
Dies from a
Yeah,
paper cut.
What did you say?
yeah, but I think it'll be
Dies
interesting.
from a.
It also sort of trapped me on the ship most of the time, but
Hmm.
I think I'm okay with that. Pike has been such an aggressive personality that he has just sort of like just reached out and yanked the spotlight out of the ether a couple of times. So I think fair play would be Tam and being kind of in a mostly backseat for a lot of stuff. But no, I haven't written Pike off yet.
I mean, I am concerned about whether or not Pike is going to survive this. Um, as I've said, I also have set up situations where I'm like, I don't know how this is going to work out, and then absolutely blast everything into shit and not accomplish anything, and then my NPCs. In fact, I had to kind of hand wave killing an NPC in the first mission, and then you guys were like, no, 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 you're being a jerk. Don't do that. Fuck, I can't remember his name. I want to say Ken Shamrock, but I know that's not the
No,
right
no,
name.
no. Kent Gannon.
That's it. Yep, that guy.
Yep.
That said,
Yep.
Pike is absolutely in a very, very, very bad spot. So, one thought, and I know this is not Pike's mentality, and he's berserking. If there's any way you could extricate yourself from this situation, maybe the sheer shock of, oh my god, that's a mountain of bullshit. Maybe that could break your berserker. I don't know. I don't know if Pike, like, one, I wouldn't want Pike ever to do anything that is not Pike. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Definitely interesting is such a undersell.
Yeah. So there's a couple things, right? Like on the one side, like Pike's not dumb.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
he's medically dumb, but he's a hunter.
it's not that he's not dumb. It's just that he's not smart.
It's a soup.
It's a soup. Nice callback. But at the same time, the overkill trigger specifically is that you cannot, like,
Yeah.
you cannot leave a fight.
Yeah.
So he's certainly not like the smart gun ran out and he dumped it, but he pulled out another gun instead of just like trying to wield it as a club. He's
Well, there
like
is
he's gonna try to win this fight. He just can't leave the fight.
Yeah, and I just realized there is something I need to make a note too because there is something that I need to remember.
But yeah, it's certainly going to be interesting. At the very least, like we'll just have to see how the dice hold out. Every time you roll face bite, that's probably going to be the stuff he tries to block.
Yeah.
And we'll just see if he can punch the little mouth so hard that it dies.
Just bite it off.
Oh yeah, it tries to do the little mouth. He just dodges to the side and he bites it, rips it out.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that's when Pike dies because that acid just gets in and never gets out.
I mean, he's just he'll take that splash damage, but he's got 9 hit points.
Well,
This
it
is
will
gonna be
be.
nuts. This is gonna be nuts.
Yeah,
If he
it's.
lives,
Oh, it's gonna be.
then
It's
I
gonna
don't
be.
know how we're going to celebrate it. And if he dies, then I've got plans, and I feel like this is probably a death that he would have wanted.
Oh, I
Because
think.
he believes he's saving Westcott, even
Yeah,
though he's
absolutely,
not.
absolutely. I think in character, in this moment, Pike is exactly where he thinks he should be for what is
Yeah.
going on. That's why there's no like as a player, as the GM, as a player, there's a part of me that wants to try to do more to preserve your character. But as the GM of this story, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's
if I did that, it would be a disservice to you. It'd be a disservice to character, and potentially even the rest of the crew, both player and NPCs and player character. Because Pike put himself there. Narratively, this makes absolutely perfect sense for Pike to be in this position. To be like, well, I'm gonna die on this hill, but at least it's for a point. Like it's for a reason. It's not just, oh, I'm walking through the woods and I fell on my own banshee stick. I don't know what punji stick. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like it's not like some random ass bullshit that was completely outside of his control and could have been avoided had he been paying more attention. No, this is intentional, not necessarily intentional suicide, but intentional positioning, we'll say, for Pike. And
Oh,
so
he's gonna be dead soon.
oh yeah, he's absolutely
Um,
This might not kill him, but he's gonna keep doing this.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's really where the bigger thing is this may not necessarily be the one thing that gets him, but it's this behavior.
Actually, no. What I want is I want Azena to take his leg off so we can make him sit down long enough to learn to be a human.
Oh my god.
well, that's actually
I
without the
don't know
leg
if Pike
thing.
could
That's
handle
actually
disability. I don't know if he could do that.
Well, he can be physically disabled.
one of us. One of us.
Yeah, I got the space CIA to give you a super nice leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pike.
Yutani's not going to give me a nice leg.
No.
So Pike can be short of leg while Westcott is short part of her brain, and Matt is short several body parts.
Well, stick
And
around,
Alita's
friends
short
and
on
viewers.
temper.
Stick around, friends and viewers. This will be an interesting next episode, so please tune in for that. It's going to be interesting. I'm curious to see how this works out. Both Pike's inevitable, I almost said sudden and but inevitable. Yeah, like I'm just curious to see how Pike may or may not survive this scenario. Westcott probably showing up a few minutes later, realizing along the way that motherfucker's not waiting for me, and then be like, shit, he did not wait for me. Well, guess
Actually,
it's time
can
for
I
me to
pull
go
a
out with a
grenade
blaze
out
of
of my
glory.
hidden stash and just chuck it in there and call it a day?
And then eventually Warren and the rest of the crew come in to try to rescue whatever's left, and they probably get eaten too. Who knows? Or maybe Gaius is like, fuck it, we'll just sacrifice everything into this one planet because we need a hit. We need a win. And this was not the place to do that. At any rate, that is it for us here tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the show. I certainly did. And not because I knew what was coming up next, but I definitely enjoyed it. As always, stay safe out there, my friends. This world is a crazy dark place, darker than the backside of a xenomorph. So make sure you're doing what you got to do to take care of you and yours. As for me and mine, we're out of here. See you next time.
Mm-hmm.